Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Lords of the Realm. What's going on? What's going on? We're going to fire up soon, getting other people in the room, making sure the mic check is good. Smitty Smith, what's up? Dan Rodriguez, what's going on? Oh, we got Hustle in the building. Meds in the building. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Let me know if my levels is good. DeFloyd, what's going on? How y'all doing? Trying to get everybody in the room, get in the front. You know, there's a lot of section in the front of the congregation, so get to the front, y'all. No doubt. Let me know if my levels is good. All right, Smitty, my man. That's what I'm talking about. I see the horns. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, your co-host, man, should be coming in soon. I'm just getting people rocking. And then, of course, I think the legendary TimDog will join us in progress. King will be here any minute to give us that copyright strike, so I'm going to mute y'all. Y'all know how he do. And I don't know where Addict's at, so hopefully we'll get the difficult game conqueror in here at some point. Talk to y'all in a minute. All right, mic check, mic check. Chat, what's going on? We are waiting for an addict. We didn't know what's going on, but we start without him. I need y'all to speak to the people. Lord Ghost, real quick. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, what up?
You already know. Lord Ainsley, mic check, mic check.
What's going on?
You already know. And the King, mic check, mic check.
Get your bayonets up.
Get the bayonets up. Southstradamus, mic check, mic check.
Jin Sakai.
Woo! Jin Sakai. All right, let me know, everybody. I can hear him. I think we good. We might have to start with what's up, Megatron? What's going on? We're gonna probably start without the addict. I don't know where he at, but we'll get it going in a few minutes. All right, and we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast and the lordsofgaming.net, episode number 167. It's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about our special guests, and we've got the Xbox Game Showcase Prediction Show and GhostOfTsushima impressions to discuss, so we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce two lords who are not only solid friends to the realm, but in my opinion, both represent the informative and analytical aspects of what's good in gaming. Introducing first, the creator and host of the Xbox Expansion Pass, the full-time teacher by day, and leader of the Xbox Cool Kids by night. Live from North Carolina and making his return into the realm of the lords, my man, Lord InsipidGhost. How you doing, sir?
Dude, I've been looking forward to that intro all week. They're always fire. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. What a week, man. I'm so pumped. I'm hyped. Normally, I'm calm and analytical. I can't handle it.
We got the dominant shirt out. I see. We ready.
That's right. Got a rep.
Woo! That's what's up, man. Good to have you back, brother. Real quickly, what have you been playing, sir?
Oh, man. Recently wrapped Last of Us 2. Been playing... Let's see what happened. Oh, the new Rocket Arena game that EA came out with, kind of stealth launch. Real weird approach to that, but interesting game to say the least. And then, man, Halo Wars 2 is my go-to. It's been a good time.
Getting that Atriox in. That's what's up, brother. Get ready. No doubt. We're going to get into it. And introducing second, the creator and host of the BitCast podcast and the head of the esteemed SeasonGaming.com. My NHL and Streets of Rage brethren, and also a King of the Statues alumni. Live from Kansas City, and also making his return into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Ainsley Bowden. How we doing, sir?
What is happening, guys? Man, nobody does an intro like that, does he, Luke? No one can top Dog's intros.
Too good.
It's ridiculous.
They try though. They try though.
Yeah, they try. Yeah. We even tried with 2 people and we still couldn't top it.
Nah,
you know, it just doesn't.
That day
They killed it.
y'all killed it.
It.
DMC. It was
It was like they did the Kid and Play. They was in and out. Him and Dan was in and out. I was like, ooh.
If they did not practice that and they just off the rip off of that, I said they out of control.
Like,
Actually, we didn't practice that either. I think we got lucky.
Nah, yeah, I killed that. I was very humble,
But anyway, man, super excited to be here. Can't wait to talk some Xbox, talk some Tsushima. Let's get to it.
You already know, man. And you already know we got we don't have 4 horsemen. We have 3. 3 horsemen of gaming. Addict still in the bushes. I don't know where he is. Hopefully we can get him ready for the show. But of course we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience. And also the Nostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patron of the Iron Bank. My man, Lord Sovereign. How we doing, sir?
Doing well. What's going on, fellas?
Woo!
Chilling. I'm doing very well. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, they're already super chatting on your name, sir. Super chatting.
Oh, they are? Yeah. Well, hold on. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me get back to that. You got Shroom Kingdom with the $5 super chat. Have a great show, guys. Can't wait to listen. When I get home, I'll be soaking in an Epsom salt bath tonight, laughing at the knees in the bush. Did I miss something? No, I didn't miss anything.
Nah, you good. You good. So what's been going on, man? Have you been playing the? Is it cherry blossom season? What's good?
Cherry blossom season, yeah. To the point that I haven't even turned on Paper Mario yet. I've been in there. So I'm obviously gonna have more to say about it, but I've been playing it. I have some things to say, some things that I love about it, some things that are just so about it, but overall the experience is nice. I'm enjoying it.
That's what's up. So it's been that primarily. Anything else?
Pretty much that. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. I got past Last of Us last week, and it was just like it took a week to decompress from that.
Right?
Yeah, shout out to you, King. I listened to that.
Yeah.
I listened to the second spoiler cast you were on, and I wish I had been back from work because you guys really broke down like every character and sort of what they mean to the overall arc of the game. Because I think it's important. I think they don't.
It's so bad. Really, I did.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to be there because the thing is, in a game like that, you don't introduce characters to just have them not mean anything to the overarching story, right? Like you need them there for that reason. So it was a very interesting listen. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I did not know. Thank you so much. I did not know that we was going to go 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, but that's always the case. That's always the case, though.
And we had to speed it up at the end and cut out a couple of scenes that I thought needed a lot of conversation too. But when I saw, and I'm always going to say this, the genius of Neil Druckmann. When you look at the art of the 3D modeling of the characters, he broke them down into 4 different sections. Every main character has 4 different skins. So what he had in thinking, in my opinion, because I'm not in Neil Druckmann's wonderful mind, but what I've noticed is that they had different motivations at different stages of their life.
Every single skin is significant because it sort of exemplifies the moment that they're in their life and their journey. Like, especially like when I saw Abby's final skin,
boy.
4 anything. So I was like, what the hell? Like, what happened?
Yes, but you knew at that point in time, where she was and what it was about, and it was told through the art, it was told through the sound of the game, and it was told through the story. If you're one of those people that skipped those little notes that was around the board,
that sound like Addict.
and much like any other game the Addict does that in, his opinion doesn't have the context that someone else's opinion would have if they really explore in the game.
Like, I ain't reading no backpacks, man. Nobody ain't got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
I ain't saving cats. I ain't doing random side missions. You know how he do.
But then his argument would be like, but this person's motivations didn't make sense. Yeah, because you didn't find out about it.
Exactly. Salute the Addicts, bro, while he's not here.
It's a lot of those little stories that they link, and then you get to a body that was trying to save his wife to realize he did not make it, and he was just hoping that they did. It was a lot. I really loved every aspect of
If you remember the story of Ish from the first game, they take that to another level with this. Like they do the same thing, and it makes you feel attached to the world in a way that other games don't do necessarily.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to Dan Rodriguez from Seasoned Gaming. I've hacked the Seasoned Gaming Super Chat account, and I'm transferring all of Mariano Pompa's donation to the Lords this week. Bushes. Salute. You better get control of your man, Ings.
I know, man. You're stealing out the bank account. What the hell's going on over here?
You might have to get your own Iron Bank over there.
Some treachery going on.
Exactly. Yo, get Cat Daddy.
We got the $5 super chat from Cat Daddy. Addict somewhere drunk in somebody's bushes. Go find your man's.
He don't drink. His eyeballs is probably sealed shut from him playing a video game. So.
Oh yeah, no, we got.
Right, we got Regulator with the $2 super chat. Good morning, Lords. One word: velocity.
That's what's up. We got JD Gamer, $5 super chat. Let's start the show off right. I expect some knees to be on the line, and I have some collection from P-Rock if gold goes free. Have a great show, ILP. Woo!
I guess you go get those collections.
And then Mariano.
And we have Mariano Pompa in quotation marks. We'll see. Dan, how dare you?
Little Seasoned Gaming coup going on. All right, yo. So that's been it, pretty much?
Yeah, that's it.
You already know. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer.
Ooh.
The Lord of Combat Sports, King of the Statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how we doing, sir?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
What's going on? I'm gonna get that Europe in there, baby. So it was no KOS this week. Wasn't really feeling up to it. Every time I went to start to talk about Miles Morales, didn't remember. Miles won. Your guys voted on him, and he's here. Every time I went to talk about him, and it wasn't that I didn't have enthusiasm for the character. It was just more that I just had to feel where I was going to come from because he means so much, and it's like a creative character that made it. Right. You know, so it's a thing with that. But this week, wow. Please guys, if y'all got a chance to check me out yesterday on Dolph Castle X, go subscribe to his channel.
Fantastic statue podcast.
No, we were having such a crazy time with the Kraken hunters. Those dudes is out of control. Salute. But this week I was playing a wonderful roguelike game that's in Game Pass. Shout out to Game Pass.
Game Pass in the building. Salute.
They dropped Ghost of Tsushima, and we dropped Neon Abyss. and listen, I know it sounds like, man, it can't hang with that. Yes, it can, sir. Full disclosure, that game, once you start it, it's very hard to yank yourself away. My son started the Forager. I looked in on that, and I was like, how is that? And he says it's pretty good. So I had downloaded it, and he downloaded Neon Abyss when I did, right? And I started playing this game. That game is like, what's that other? Is like Dead Cells. Okay, right? But it's like Dead Cells in a way that is a shooter. Now, where Dead Cells is in a way, like, like kind of like a shooter, more like a ninja.
Meds is agreeing with you. He's like, Neon's amazing. He said it's fire. Continue.
Absolutely insane. It got to the point yesterday, I was doing so much that I started screen capturing, like, because when you die, all your little things that you do, you get a code like back in the days. So I was screen capturing my code and posting it to dudes that was having a tough time in the game. They can lead off where you was at.
Oh, that's fire. Okay.
Right, so you can share your codes with other people in the world, and they can play kind of like your experiences in your dungeons, because every dungeon changes. All the artifacts and stuff like that changes, and you get to collect them. It is probably one of the most addicting roguelike type games that I have been playing in a while. So I saw shout out to Christopher Hart for paying the $16 for it.
We gonna shame him for not being in Game Pass as we doing?
Bro, he came at me sideways. I was like, I'm playing Neon Abyss. He said, yeah, I purchased that. Then I said, yeah, but I got it for free. He said, but I own mine. I said, okay. if you felt that felt warranted, knock yourself out. But I'm saying, Mom, we're doing the same exact thing, but you personally think you own something. If they take it off, you bought it digitally, brother. If they take it off, you will not own anything. And you're like, oh no, they got me again. So, shout out to Game Pass. So also, I was playing Crosscode. Somebody told me to check out Crosscode.
Yes, shout out to Kai Boxer. He's been playing that.
Boy, this Game Pass, it's because you don't know when they're gonna drop stuff. Like they take out 3 games and drop in 10.
Yeah,
like I don't know what the ratio is, but that's not a good ratio, right? Right? Like we're gonna take away 3, but we're gonna give you 10. Like what? Thank you, Game Pass. That's crazy. Playing that in Soul Calibur, I'm trying to get some challenges in that, and I was doing the messenger.
Nice.
At the same time, I just made it up to the 16-bit part.
Okay. Shout out to Ghost. Ghost know about that right now.
That's right. That's right. I just had the developer on the Xbox expansion pass.
Talk that talk, Lord. What's his name?
Right?
Toy, man. That's a good dude, man. Very cool dude. Theory.
Amazing game. When you go from the 8-bit graphics to the 16-bit graphics, you actually see the difference. And the fact that you can jump through realms.
Yo, King, have you played much in 16? You said you just got there. Have you played it yet?
No, I played some.
Okay.
But then Neon Abyss came in and put the boot on the neck. So right now, I got that new game feel. It's like driving a new car. You want to go 60. I want to go 60. I want to go 200. I want to take it to the limit.
I will tell you this, Messenger 16-bit, once you hit there, you finish the first game. You're now playing the second game. The second game's a Metroidvania. The first one's Ninja Gaiden. You're playing a completely different game, and that's it's a jarring transition once you realize what you got to do. But once you're in the zone, you're playing the sequel, basically. It's crazy.
That's fire. Salute. That's been it, King.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so shout out to another week of getting up, hitting that track, jogging my behind.
I know about that. Yeah, I tried that.
Yeah. Shout out to being sore this week.
Yes.
You know?
Salute to that. Yo, shout out to Stitch 6669 $2 super chat. King, there's a special on storage units 2 for 1. I guess for needs.
Yeah, man. They know the needs are coming. Oh, everybody put those crests up.
Put the crest up.
Midway Monster.
Midway Monster. I heard the horns too. Yo, that's from the shot. Midway, you from the shot? That sound like some shy talk right there.
Midway, make sure you go check the exclusive video of me getting this tattoo on my chest.
Yes, go to King's OnlyFans.
Yeah. It's the only way you're gonna see the nipple, bro.
Yo, salute, man, to the realm. Did we all caught up? Everything else?
Yeah,
we are good. Yes, sir. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi Lord Cognito. Spreading that run into the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Wilmy says, "How's that chest feeling today?" Yo, Wilmy's a savage.
Will, the baby needs you, go.
Trying to tell Will he need to go to bed. Yeah. Oh, Midway say he from Chicago. That's right. I knew that's some Chi-Town talk. That sound like it. That's what's up, man. But yeah, man, for me, like I said, just been playing, it's cherry blossom season, y'all. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm doing out here. That's what I've been waiting for. Y'all see my Twitter timeline. Y'all know the vibes.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Listen, man.
We get to my section.
I already know. We're going to get to it. But yeah, it's been that. And then obviously, shout out to Ebontis and Zoe on the last word. She came through, one of the best Destiny players.
Oh, yeah. I put that on my to watch list today.
Oh, man. She's fantastic. She 2-man's raids. Like,
what?
Yes. She's a beast. And like Gambit, like she's one of the top in the world. Like she was just telling us the stories as a female gamer, how like dudes be underestimated, and then she come through and smoke. Like it's mad funny. Okay. Yeah, check that out. It was a fun show. We had a lot of fun with that. And yeah, man, that's it. So Sov, I don't know if you got the little message behind the scene. If we want to come up with something during show on your own, or you didn't get anything yet?
I have not gotten anything.
Okay, good. So what I'll do.
It's you have to check yours because he sent it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check because we got some things we might want to do.
He just text me.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes. So please, If you can't send that to Soft, if you still didn't get it, just message me. I'll send it to you, and then we'll take care of that. And then let's get into the poll last week. Last week's poll results are in. The people have spoken to the question: with Phil Spencer's latest statement regarding the Series X being held back, do you agree that games should not be locked into having to buy a new device in order to experience it? The winner of our three-way ILP poll at 62% was yes. The majority of games scale for PC already group. Coming in at second place at 20% of the vote was no. Game design will always be held back by the lowest common denominator. And in last place at only 17% of the vote was I don't care. Both PlayStation 5 and Series X is damn controller for PC. So shout out to all the lords who rep. Let's get Ainsley on this, man. I never got a chance to talk to you, brother, in reference to what side of the fence you are in reference to that. So people have spoken, but what does Ainsley think about this whole thing?
Oh man, this is one of those dumb debates. I don't know.
Let's get it.
All right. So I was talking to someone about this the other day. They actually got in my DMs and they were like, because we talked about it on Bigcast, and we were making the point that it's a dumb argument. To Phil's point, right? This is nothing more than a meme that people like to argue about. So there's a whole bunch of other things we could get into of to why this whole debate of game design is held back by the lowest common denominator. But the reason they're talking about 12 and 24 months, right, going into the next generation is because the console itself is not the only thing that factors into game development. You've got a whole, and you know this as well as I do, there's a whole bunch of other things that have to mature from the tool sets to the middleware to the APIs to, developer knowledge, game engines. Like they talked about Unreal 5's not even going to be fully available till late 2021.
Correct.
All these things have to mature in the generation. So when you're talking about game design being held back as if right now or starting in 2019 they started designing for this ultimate pinnacle Series X or PS5. That's not how game development works. It's just not. So if you're just speaking matter of fact, no, I don't think anything's being held back. I think people trying to tell Phil Spencer he's wrong sound like idiots. And I mean how arrogant do you have to be to sit on Twitter working your job wherever and tell Phil Spencer, who's been in this for 25 plus years, he's one of the 16 top people at the biggest company in the world, and you're going to tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about game design? What are you even doing? Like,
are you saying there's a bunch of armchair developers? Are you implying there's armchair development going on?
It's you can look how red I am.
It's tight.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, stop with the bullshit. Listen to the man.
Those are the same people that tell everybody that their oxygen levels are low from wearing a mask.
Yeah, from wearing a mask. Put the damn mask.
Oh my God!
God.
That demographic of individuals.
Yeah. Instead of a mask, we need to start using duct tape on those people. Just shut
Ainsley
up.
has spoken.
Plug their nose and plug their mouth hole.
It's just there's so many things that people don't understand about, myself included, right? I'm no expert, but there's so many things that go into game development besides. Now the PS5's out, so you develop for the PS5. That's not how it works, man. There's a million things that go into game development that takes time to mature. That's why you see the pinnacle of games come late in the generation versus early in the generation.
Let me ask you a question, Ames. We saw the controller, and we saw the demo that was there. Is the PlayStation 4 holding back the 5? Because that looked like PlayStation 4 stuff.
Oh my Lord! Here we go. Messy.
So messy.
I got no
Stay
comment.
away from that one, Abe. Stay away from
Yeah, I
safe.
got no comment.
You're safe.
I got no comment.
Don't worry about it. That was just a shot.
Hey,
this is what you're gonna get today.
Man, so look, we're gonna get into this. I had to speak a little days on that, man. But we got some topics we are going to address, and man. So how it goes, when the big ghost came to live out the name, and 2, 4. Yeah, we had some Liquid Swords drop. this week, man. So we're going to get into it. We know what we're here for, but we got to talk about this big release on PlayStation. The Ghost of Tsushima has released. So I just want to get everyone's impressions really quick for those who have played. Obviously, Ace, I know you have, but I haven't spoke to our Ghost here on the panel. I didn't know if he got it and he picked it up. What's going on, Mr. Luke?
Man, I won't take too much of your time on this, but I will tell you this. The gaming gods saw me not having fun with The Last of Us 2, which is a masterpiece that's not fun. They saw that, and then they conspired against me. Man, I tried to buy this thing 3 different ways on my PSN. My PSN wouldn't take it. My credit card wouldn't go through.
You're giving King ammunition. Stop.
It was so frustrating, and I was mad. So real talk, I have not played it yet. Okay. It looks like a more fun game than Last of Us 2, and I hear people talking like it is. They're saying it's not as high quality in some ways. I'm so excited for the conversations around these 2 games. What a great way for PlayStation to end their generation. Props to everybody enjoying it.
You have to go buy it from the store physically, or did the credit card and everything stuff finally go through?
As far as I can tell, it's still loading, King. Can't tell.
Okay. All right, so you got it to start its loading. Usually it takes a day for PlayStation to load again.
Oh my Lord. Savagery.
It takes 7 to 12 hours for that thing to load one game. God forbid it's like Call of Duty. If you're downloading Call of Duty, you might as well throw your console in the bushes.
Out of control. Shout out to Funny said, "What's up with that PayPal?" That's what I use. I use PayPal on their network.
No, that's a good call. I'll try that now.
Yeah.
No, do not ever give your information.
Yeah, let's just play safe. So we got that, and of course I got to go right into Ainsley, man. I saw the screenshot. You know I had to throw the cherry blossoms on top of that right quick.
Yeah,
very cinematic. I see the black and white. Now what are we doing, Ainsley? Are we doing Japanese voice? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. You gotta go Japanese voice, man. You got to.
Let's get it.
That was the first thing I switched when I turned the game on. Yeah, man, I'm liking it. To Luke's point, this is a very different game from Last of Us 2. So to get them less than a month apart is kind of surreal. I don't know, man. I'm enjoying it. I know some people are really, really hyped up on it, and talking Game of the Year talk and all this. I'm not quite there. I'm not that high.
You're not there yet.
No. No. It's a game I'm having fun with, and I'm one of those where you got the cinematics and you get on the story path, and I'm like, just finish this because I want to go wander off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I've spent 6-7 hours, I think, playing it since Friday, and I haven't done a single main mission yet.
Yep, same thing. It's funny you said that.
Yeah, I just like exploring. So, the world's really cool. There's lots of things to find. The combat's fun. I got no complaints about it per se, other than the camera pisses me off. It's frustrating. At least give me the option to lock on to it.
I don't know. I agree with that. I agree. They definitely
give me the option.
Speaking of options, you're playing on a Pro?
Oh, yeah. Why?
Because
no.
If you don't have a Pro, you don't have the option between high resolution mode and frame rate. And what I also noticed is when you put it on frame rate, it does absolutely nothing.
It doesn't change.
I heard. So it's 30, right? And then
it's 30.
So on both. So frame rate locks to 30. Frame rate mode.
It locks to 30. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's it. And it brings it down to whatever 1080p or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Resolution to probably 1080p because that I'm doing fuck.
The messiness right now. He's so messy. Continue, Aids.
Other games that have that Pro feature actually have it at a lock 60. They do. I just found it weird.
I bet you did. Any other standout moments?
The photo mode's incredible, right? We were just talking about that. So you can make all kinds of crazy photos, which is cool. But the one other thing that annoys me, I don't know, some of the things with the engine, it feels similar to Days Gone. Some of the complaints I had with that, with the way the physics of your character in the environment don't always work so well. You can't go off ledges smoothly, or you go to walk across a bridge and he just kind of stands there and does that 3D shuffle, and you're like that. So you don't expect to see those types of things out of a big budget, AAA Sony party game. They're there. But no, the game's really good. I'm enjoying it. I will say it's one of those games where you know, I told you before we got started, I just stopped playing it, and I'm thinking about playing it. So it's got something, right?
It's got something.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
I agree. I agree. Let's get Stitch with the $10 super chat. Question for the panel: now that Bungie has a marketing deal with Xbox, is that confirmed? I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Do you think the reason the next generation expansion got pushed back is to debut the game at 60 FPS on console?
Yes, sir.
I will say it's definitely debuting at 60. I don't know about the timing. That is interesting about the time. I believe Beyond Light is November 20th, so it does line up. I don't know. We shall see, Stitch. But
Phil said, "Hey, big head, put that back a little bit."
They play it real nice lately. I will say that.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's get to it. Lord Sovereign, what are we feeling about when the big ghost came to live out the day?
So I'm enjoying it. But there are things like I think Ainsley touched on every single point that I completely like. The camera feels like it's way too close for an open world game. Like the field of view usually just a little bit pulled back out a little bit more so you can see more of the world.
Especially when riding the horse, right? Like
absolutely.
it's like up on you.
But like right there. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I noticed that from early screenshots. I'm like, why are they so close? I mean, I like that. I like the fact because you get to see, you know, all the work that got put into the character model. And but yeah, for an open world game, it's a little it feels it's a little disconcerting to be up on top of the character like that. So that again with the climbing mechanics as well, like his climb and his jumping off of stuff is like the most disgusting I've ever seen. I guess it's bad. It's bad, but again, where the game really shines to me is just the world and the atmosphere. They nailed feudal Japan in a way no game has ever really done before. No game has ever really attempted. And I'm going to say this right now: this coming gen, we do get the Assassin's Creed feudal Japan game that we've been asking for forever. Watch, it's coming. It's coming.
See, this is what I was talking about. Continue.
Yeah. So beyond that, the combat is fantastic. In the beginning, you're almost fooled into thinking it's somewhat simplistic, and it's not. I mean, all the different skill trees. Once you start opening up like the ghost sort of skill tree and using sort of whatever dishonorable tactics, it really opens up the gameplay and the combat in a way that an open world game oftentimes kind of dumbs down a little bit just because in the service of exploring this huge world and all the other mechanics involved in that, sometimes that gets dumbed down a little bit. This is the focus of this game. Like it really is that sensation of being a samurai, like taking someone head on or deciding to take someone on.
Like when you call out and you do the thing.
Oh man, the standoffs.
The standoffs is fire.
The standoffs are absolute. Like this game seeps that classic sort of Kurosawa samurai like love that we grew up with, right? So what else? So I'm enjoying the game from a gameplay standpoint. I don't think everything that I see in the open world, like initially, I from early things that I heard people playing the game early were talking about, the side missions are really like Witcher-esque in terms of their variety and stuff like that. And so far, I haven't seen that necessarily.
They want to say that stuff.
Yeah.
Lord. This is good.
No, it's not that. It's definitely not that. And so it does sort of feel like it still falls into those sort of tropes that you expect from these open world games, sort of repetitive stuff and to sort of level up your character. But again, I think what saves the game for me really is this atmosphere that it's just bathing in this atmosphere that separates it from any other game.
The environment.
It really does. So I'm a little disappointed in that it doesn't feel like it's moving the open world genre forward in a way that I feel like other Sony first party have done with like the single player narrative game. I think God of War did interesting things. Obviously, Last of Us did interesting things with narrative. And if you look at the open world stuff on PlayStation, you look at Horizon. I don't really think Horizon moved it forward in terms of what these open world games do. Obviously, story setting is something we hadn't seen before, and the same is true for this.
Yep.
So, but beyond that, I'm enjoying the game. Again, the combat I know is going to get even better. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I don't know all these stories about it's better than The Witcher 3 and it's better than.
Whoa.
That's where this is coming from. See, this is coming from a position of hate.
Yeah, calm down.
No, it's
calm down.
They coming for your game, and you didn't like that song.
No, because it's objective. It's objectively not true. Like
That's true. I'm with Sav. I got your back, Sav.
You can have the argument about graphics, but it's a 5-year-old game comparing it to a 2020 game. Okay, so graphics, okay. Combat, yes, the combat in this game is considerably more robust than what you get in The Witcher. Beyond
and we're done.
Damn, we're done. Yo, y'all said
no, honestly, and we're done. Like that's the end of the conversation.
Yo, these Witcher guys, man.
Yeah. and then again, Addict's not here to defend himself.
I know I did.
Addict is on Twitter talking about the stories better. And
I need my bro right now.
And I'm like, bro, like, no, because
I'm getting jumped. Addict, where you at?
You know what it is? You know what? It's Addict is so easily pleased. Like,
Addict. Wait till he hears this replay.
You give Addict an explosion. You give Addict explosions, and you give him a heroic character that's fighting against the tide, and he loves that.
And he loves it. And big boss fights.
That's it. And he's in. When he was talking about the intro to the game, like, oh my god, I've never seen an intro like this. Yeah. I'm like, you've seen this in every blockbuster movie you've ever seen. This is the intro. Like, and I'm not knocking it for that, but it is that. You know what I mean? It's not treading new ground there. Like, you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Oh my god, my boy not here. I got you, Ad. Don't even worry. I got you, Ad.
No, you don't.
Wait till it's my turn. I got
him. You already know that, like you said, in your name is the Shinobi.
Are you trying to say I'm compromised with my opinion?
You're compromised on the other end of the argument.
Are you implying that I may have samurai and ninja bias towards this game?
Listen, right now you are sipping the sake. Like, you are crazy for this right now, and I'm going to destroy this game on a level that you have no idea.
Here we go. Well, let's see if Saul was finished with his slander.
I'm done with my slander. Like I'm enjoying the game. They really hit it out of the park when it came to atmosphere and getting that sense of feudal Japan. They knocked it out of the park. One other little gripe I have is it takes itself super, like, for an open world game, you need to have levity. Like, if you look at The Last of Us and it has levity, a game like this has to have a little bit of levity. It takes itself super seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Shout out to the Scrub Nurse downloading the game. If I have as much fun as Afro Samurai, I'm in. Let's go. You already know. Salute, man. So, hold on. Cat Daddy, hold on. With 32 better than Witcher 3. Grab the chancletas.
For sure.
I feel you, man. So, King, man, I saw you download it. You had a little video going up about your supporting PlayStation exclusives. I thought that was humorous. But, what's your experience with the game, man? Like, how much have you played? What you feeling?
You know, Kai going to call it Game of the Year. All right, for all those PlayStation frauds, your numbers better be up. I better not see the same 4 million dudes. I know I won't see the same 4 million dudes. You know why? Because after you broke, Sony fans already brought one game this month. That other game got to go to the butchers. So I already know it's not going to get purchased like that, right? And it's a shame because Sucker Punch does really good stuff, man. From the what is that? Infamous,
Sly Cooper, like all that stuff.
Yes, but I'm not looking at Sly Cooper. No. All right, let's stop. Let's just get that out of here. Let's go right back to Infamous, right? Let's go to stuff that they famous for. They AAA bangers, right? And Infamous has the atmosphere, has the feel, and it looks very nice. So they can nail that, and they also nail cinematic.
Yes.
Their facial expressions, their conversations that they have with the characters are fantastic. Now, never played Infamous and you're new to the PlayStation platform, I highly suggest you go pick that up and go pick up the expansion. You can see exactly the pedigree of Sucker Punch.
Hold on 1 second. We got some real vicious slander coming in. Shout out to the Trigger Man with the $2 super chat. Ghosts is greater than Witcher 3. Witcher 3's fighting and dialogue was trash.
That's slander, and there's a 5-year gap between the games.
Yeah, like to even make the comparison, like is like you just looking for clicks. Like that's it.
Hold on, Solve. Slow is on you too. He said it's a Solve. It's super serious situation happening in the story. Would it make sense for Jin to be cracking jokes?
Yeah.
What's going on, Solve?
He said levity, not cracking jokes.
Not cracking jokes, like some measure of levity. So he's gonna run around this world for 60 to 80 hours and not crack a smile ever.
I need y'all. Keep getting
If Kratos and his kid can be walking up a mountain with their mom's ashes and have a little levity,
and have a talking head dangling from the side of his waist.
right?
This game takes itself way too serious. All right, so let's start off with me shaming half you TCL frauds.
God.
All of you basic baseline basement gaming, your individuals, and when I say basement gaming, that means you're subpar. You're in the basement gaming in the bushes because you have a TCL and you have a PlayStation regular. Not talking about your slim dudes. I know the PlayStation Slim guy. That's the guy that has an Xbox that brought a PlayStation and was like, yeah, this is gonna be my second system for when the AAA bangers come out. So I'm not shaming you slim guys because you guys had the choice between the Pro and the Slim, and you went Slim because you knew that it wasn't worth it, right? You knew. Shout out to you, right? Shout out to you for being smart, saving some bucks. But you TCL guys, the basic dudes, the baseline, you guys. First of all, you're not even seeing these games how they was meant to be seen, right? So when I turned it on and my joint says Pro, and I'm like, ooh wee, it can only be seen on a Pro. That might hurt, but you didn't see it. You don't know about it, so I had to bring that information to you. You don't have a Pro. Now, for you guys that don't have a Pro and don't have a good television, let me tell you what HDR looks like. Amazing in this game. Yeah. Yo, this game when the reflections hit off the water and the bounces,
bro.
You're not seeing it. So all you out here capping, talking about, ooh, it looks amazing. Shut up. You don't.
That's not them. They don't qualify.
You don't qualify. All right. So I'm gonna talk to probably about the million of you guys, just a million of you guys that actually see and understand what I'm talking about here. When I'm playing, y'all playing with me, right? We gamers, right? Let's do it, right? So we here and we playing. What I've noticed about this game and the sensation of wind, right? Because blowing out of the controller, don't blow into the controller. PlayStation 5. This one blows at you. Yes. The next one you're gonna blow at it. All right. The breathalyzer controller.
You stupid! You're so messy today. Continue.
See the blossoms swirling around. I said, man, they got all these little polygons and all these little tintillations and all this little stuff. Because I don't program a game, but I said it looks amazing because it's moving. The world is swirling. When you're talking to characters and you see the sweat dripping down their face like they in 2K, like they're playing 2K. You know how when you playing 2K, you see the sweat. You're like, oh snap! His head though. And if you don't have HDR and you don't have a Pro, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna give you the update, right? All right, so I'm playing the game and I've noticed, like everybody said, combat in the beginning is a little okay. The world looks very nice. They nailed that aspect of it. Walking up to a village and finding a village and, everybody knowing exactly who you are, that's letting you know as a tight-knit community, everybody knows you, the nephew of this dude and the Mongols here, and you see them ravaging the towns and stuff like that. And I'm not going to front. Yeah. It felt beautiful.
Yes.
Like the game, it flows. Okay, even though it's Assassin's Creed light, all right. Anybody that's played Assassin's Creed, you're not going to marvel at the interactions or the cinematics because, especially if you're playing on an X, you've seen this stuff, right? But you haven't seen it told in this the cinematic format, right? The positioning of the characters, the thoughtfulness that went into the eyes locking and the conversations that are being had, like when he walks up to one guy and it's like a bow dude and he's telling his story. I had to throw it in the black and white mode because I wanted to see, because we some movies,
joint. Come on, man, Channel 5.
We saw it in that manner. I got my little hat now. I got my little straw hat. And I think I'm the ish right now. I think I'm the ish. The clothing options is fantastic. But again, I knew that this game was going to come. It's coming right past The Last of Us.
Right.
So those dudes that's on that emotional high from Game of the Year come back down to this. It's kind of like finding your footing again, right? But also, I say this, right? The PlayStation is dead after this game. And after you finish this, you can sell your PlayStation.
Wow.
Right? And go to get ready for the PlayStation 5 because ain't nothing else coming for you guys, right? It ain't like you got services or anything like that, right? And remember, they're one and done games. So once you already maxed it out, you platinum it. It's done, right? So what I suggest, if you have a pro and you're gaming like me, right? You're gaming at the highest, right?
At the highest.
You're gaming at the highest. I suggest that you download this game now. Give it a day. Give it a day because it's gonna take a day for it to download.
Longer, King, longer. I'm still waiting.
I know you are. You're gonna be waiting right now for a long time, right? And what I suggest also, you use PayPal.
Is this a review of the PlayStation 4, or is this a review of Ghost of Tsushima? I'm confused. What are we reviewing, sir?
No, I just want these people to understand when they're making I want them to make the purchase. This is a very good game.
Yes.
I want them to understand to be cautious in doing so.
Okay. So this is a PSA in getting Ghost of Tsushima. Okay,
I don't want them to say, King told me to download the game, and now this dude got a Ferrari in my name out. I don't want that to happen.
So you're concerned with the security issues.
I'm a concerned consumer. I don't want them to do something that I wouldn't do myself. If I don't put my card in, you don't put your card in.
Hold on 1 second. We got Cat Daddy. Wow, with the $50 super chat. Wow, thank you, brother. Here's $1 for each bump on the back of any Witcher 3 haters. Witcher 3, the GOAT. All love, though. Okay, he had to clear the name. Anything else we got, so did we catch up?
Yeah, we have.
I missed. Yeah, we missed some.
We have. What is
Cat Daddy?
Yeah, we got Cat. I think we missed Big Cloud and
Big Cloud is after. Yeah, we got.
Ronin.
So we got Big Cloud with the $5 super chat. The actual battle scenes in Ghost of Tsushima are incredible. Yes, they are.
Yes.
What are we missing? We had Black Ronin, 357 with the $5 super chat. Went from a TCL to LG C10, 65-inch, and it's night and day. Yes, it is. Yes, I will say Destiny 2 in 4K on TCL was amazing and looks even better now on the LG on my One X.
See, and y'all think I'm shaming you guys. I'm not. I'm just telling you, y'all are, baseline gaming, and is people out here really stepping up the movement. God bless. I'm so happy that you just evaluated your situation and said,
so you giving out inspiration. That's what you're
saying. Man, I want to step my game up. And you did. Thank you, sir.
You're inspiring, King. Thank you for your inspiration.
Join us.
Look, anyway, let me get into it, man, because my boy Attic ain't here, so I got to fight this one alone. But listen, I will say this, and me and him had this conversation, as far as I consider environmental storytelling, I feel this is as close to Breath of the Wild, and why I like Breath of the Wild, where it is really one thing. Listen, y'all know I got open world fatigue. Like, I'll just be real. Like, y'all know y'all guys do the Assassin's Creed. That's your thing. For me, when I start a game and you open up the map and there's 65 different icons on the map, I really want to turn it off. I'm just going to be honest. That's just where I am. It's just so daunting. So for me, I guess the way, obviously, yes, I'm biased. Feudal Japan, Mongols, this is Cognito. It's the ninja, I will admit. However, I will say the way it opens up and the use of the wind to direct you, and you just naturally want to see what's going on just because of the world, whether it be the wind telling you, or a fox, or a little, a little bird or something like that, to the shrines or whatever. So that's the first thing that was really special to me. This true samurai business, man, like, he's got a conflict going on with himself. You know what I'm saying? And he's got to figure this out. Shout out to old girl who's with him. She trying to show him the way, because what I love about the antagonist is he's like, yo, bro, we studied your language, we studied your culture.
Oh, don't talk about him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's pretty much the type of time he on. And right now, the character has an internal conflict. Also, you kind of find out he's kind of fucking with certain things, but I ain't gonna get into that. But you find certain things out, you like, oh wow, I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing about the narrative stuff I like. Again, just like King, like you were saying, like, everything, whether it be the leaves, the cherry blossom, the physics, the HDR, the light, like every environment is very lush and distinct. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely like that about that. Shout out to the little haiku meditation spots and the shout out to the butt naked hot springs. Butt naked hot springs for the win, bro. Shout out to those, man. Like that right there.
I think that's the levity that Sovereign was looking for.
I don't need that much levity.
There's your levity song.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, when she was like, "Yo, come here, man. What you need to do is just come over to the spot." And I was like, I see her walking, but it was no like follow me type of thing. And I'm like, nah, I ain't paying her no mind. So I wasn't going around the world. And I came back and she in a different spot. I was like, what's she talking about? Then it was like rest. I was like, okay, so we're gonna talk to each other. All right, so I'm gonna rest and he get butt naked. I'm like, wow. I said, you mean? And then it would give you the fake full turnaround, like, we're going to show you Enos. I'm like, no, don't do that.
You're like, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh,
nah, but yeah, that's the levity that I was talking about.
So you know what it is, King. You know, we grew up on this stuff. Like, the Lord Solve, you know, like we would all Ains.
It felt real Channel 5.
Like we would all pull together to buy like movies like this, right? Sit in front, everybody's got the drink, we chilling, you know what I'm saying? Lights low, black and white, everybody pick a like this is for my era. So this is like the samurai game I've always wanted, and the fact that he's got the conflict to possibly be a ninja, I thought it was dope. So look, it's early. Are there some rough edges? Yes, there are a couple of rough edges right there. But I'm surprised, man, because it's like you said, Ains, it's like I didn't realize how much fun I was going to have with it because I just can't stop playing. There's a hook to it. You know what I mean? So and the last thing I'll say is just those face off. Everything was just done with the cinematography, just done so well. It gives you that epic feeling, like I'm a samurai, and they really do that. So shout out to Sucker Punch, man. They really out here doing it real quick. But we got some super chats before we move on. Let's get it solved. We got
Gamers Play with the $5 super chat. Fact: RDNA 1.5 is confirmed for PS5. Yo, they don't care what we talking about.
Care what we talking about.
Many already knew Ghost of Tsushima may have be purchased a PS4. Maybe. Okay. Will Miller with the $20 super chat. All stores have sold out of shea butter already. This week may get rough. Then we have, we have Slow Mo with the final super chat. TCL Core demands one King David to cease and desist with the slanderous claims. Our HD TVs are inadequate for gaming. PS, we are trying. Leave us alone. Not feeling the bullying coming from Lord King.
TCL Corporation gave us a cease and desist.
I will never stop.
What else we got?
Then we have Stitch with the $5 super chat. Cog, before I forget, you need some Warlock or Hunter fashion suggestions.
Not
Let
from
me
you
know.
With your ugly Warlock wardrobe. No, I see them screenshots on Twitter, sir. We gotta talk.
Then we got Kid Smooth with the $2 super chat. I apologize, I couldn't make it today. I had to work today,
brother. I know you.
We know the struggle.
We know you was gonna be.
Listen,
here, so you ain't gotta apologize for nothing.
We understand what you need to do to get where you need to be on Thursday. So keep up the good work, sir.
Yes. It's super lit, man. But look, I mean, that's what I got. I mean, I'm sorry. What you said?
No. Go ahead. Before we'll end on the good stuff.
Let's not just throw it in the mud. You have nothing bad to say about it, Cog?
No, I did. Like I said. Listen, man, you're reaching for the bag. Oh, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Ainsley said it perfectly, which was like, there's some little environmental stuff. There is. Shout out to the lack of hit detection sometimes when you're going through the trees. He don't seem to want to crash into nothing.
A horse tries to jump through upright trees. Have you had that yet?
Yes.
Like, what are you even doing?
Listen, I know you Witcher guys to perfection.
I know. Witcher guys can't talk about the horse physics.
Yes. Nah, they can't. They can't. Like, there's certain things you can't talk about because it's a 5-year-old game.
Yeah. Let's bring it up to Assassin's Creed. Cog, you haven't played none of the new Assassin's Creed, right?
I haven't played Assassin's.
Exactly.
And on that note, King is spoken. But for those, like I said, if you love this arc, you love this type of storytelling in this genre, this is the joint for you. And it's gonna be fun, man. But we got to get on with it, man.
So before we get on with it, though,
sir.
Let's end the samurai talk on a fantastic note. So big shout out to PlayStation Nation's finest, aka Blaze 4K, Sony baby.
Hold on one second, Solve.
Mm-hmm.
I demand, because we have 354 people here. I demand you get those likes up for what Solve is about to give you right now.
Yes, sir.
Because if any of the baseline people that y'all already went out there, y'all already spent that hard-earned 60. Solve is about to do something for you, along with Blaze.
Let's get it.
Okay. Shout out to Blaze 4K for all the love he's showing on our chat today. Yes. This is going to be something that's reserved for members of the realm because this is very special.
Very special.
Oh, if you're going to join now. Boy, listen to time out. Solve, time out. Wait a second, man. Wait a second. Listen, don't say I did not warn you right now. I'm telling you right now. Go join, put that $5 up. We're going to give you 5 seconds. And you're going to listen. Join the realm, right? You're going to want to do this right now. Go, Solve. Get him. Remember I told you. I don't see nobody. Remember I told you.
Get it, off.
So no doubt that once again, shout out to Blaze 4K for this wonderful donation in our chat today. So again, members of the realm, Patreon or YouTube members. The first Patreon or YouTube member in the chat who tells me the name of the Sega Master System side.
Time out. Shout out
to
Boogeyman. Listen, right now, all right, so everybody put the shield up for our new brother that just joined the realm.
Yes, sir, Boogeyman.
All right, listen, Sir Boogeyman, you are a very intelligent dude. I want you, listen, guys, I'm not playing around. So you heard what Saul was about to do.
Let's go.
Right? Sir Boogie, he got busy.
Who's crunching?
That's Tim's in the building.
You know he ain't on camera. Ain't nobody else got food in their mouth.
Salute to the OG. Continue.
So once again, let me continue the question. The first Patreon or YouTube member who tells us in the chat the name of the side-scrolling samurai game for the Sega Master System.
That's hard.
It's not that difficult because ain't that many.
Oh my God, go ahead, son.
I mean, you should know this, guy.
I know, but I'm like, man, I don't expect everyone. Luke Lord stitching. What's going on?
They better get their Google out.
I didn't say in the public chat.
Yeah, but they can see. Anyway.
Sega Master System.
Yes, they can see you, Luke.
That's my bad.
Sega Master System.
Any winners yet?
Go, no winners yet.
So we might have to make the question easier.
It's not difficult. It's something called Google. Like, shout out to Midway Monster, Ken Staden.
Yes.
Yo, that's in the cut.
Oh, and he just joined today too, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
There you go.
Midway. You see, Midway? Welcome to the realm, my guy. Welcome to the realm, Midway. You just got yourself Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully it's not on the TCL. Hopefully you got that pro. We in this together. Me and you, HCR. Let's do it together.
So, Midway Monster, just get at my DMs, Lord Saab ILP. I will send you the codes for that. Once again, thank you to Blaze 4K. He was not able to get the actual code for the game because, as we know, PlayStation makes that excessively difficult. So you have a bunch of codes so you can be able to pick up the game on the PSN network.
No doubt.
So once again, congratulations and thank you once again to Blaze 4K.
No doubt. Salute to Blaze, man.
Yeah, somebody's messy. Somebody put out there, who's playing Far Cry in 4K?
Yeah, savage. Did we miss any super chats before we get into it? Did we miss any super chats?
I don't think so. We got, let me see. Let me go back. We got Boogeyman. Welcome to the realm. We just came in right at the end. Okay. So that's it.
All right, no doubt. You already know. So look, we're gonna get into it. The main event. Y'all know what y'all, as Psalm said, y'all know what y'all here for. Y'all know what y'all here for. So, Lord TimDog, the legend, man. What's going on, brother? How are we doing, sir?
Good. How you guys doing? Happy to be here. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you good, man. I hear you good, man. So we had to have TimDog. We had an OG up in here. This is a big week. We know, the Xbox Games Showcase is almost upon us. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the announcements made prior. Right, and what we had obviously this week was some information about Xbox. Was it Game Pass Ultimate and XCloud and stuff rolling into the service and stuff like that. So I want to start with you, TimDog. Like, let's start with the services leading into and the announcements leading up to the week. What are you feeling? What's the energy with you with this?
Well, I mean, they announced obviously XCloud is going to be in with Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate. So I think that's something that. probably everyone on this panel was asking for.
Yes.
And you know, I don't think that it would have went over well if there was a charge to it. Obviously, there might be a standalone charge in the if you just want that, but I think that was something that everyone asked for. So it was nice to hear that that's part of their plans, and they announced that. And you know, I believe they announced that XCloud's coming in September.
Okay.
So that was the big news. They also there's some obviously there's some rumors. There's something going on with the Xbox Live.
Yes, that's what I would ask you, Tim, because that is a big thing right now. A lot of people are wondering, is gold going to go away? And then I think people found some things about, like, as of right now, correct me if I'm wrong, we can't buy a 12-month
or
now?
6 months. Or 6 months.
Only 3 months. It ends off in like September.
From what I heard and what I've asked about, that this is something that they're going to plan. I don't listen. It could be that they're planning to lose the paywall, but I think that would take time. I think what they're trying to do right now is get everyone caught up to date as far as if they are an Ultimate user or if they're not. And then I think at that time that they're going to do some price changing. I think we all hope that they could drop the paywall, because with what they're offering with Ultimate and Game Pass, I think it's kind of safe to say that they could probably get everyone migrated over to this. That's an Xbox Live, you know, let's say less 10%.
Right.
And with all that, and you're also gaining people, you could actually lose the paywall. And if they could lose that multiplayer paywall, I think everyone would agree that'd be like freaking huge news.
That would be a mic drop. That definitely would be.
But what I'm hearing that right now, just trying to get everything like, you know, they're also going to have All Access. We're going to hear more about that next month, Xbox All Access. It's not going to be like, what I can say is it's not going to be like last time. It's going to be on a much bigger level. And I think that if you're interested in getting a Series X with Game Pass Ultimate and all the things that come along with that, just pay attention next month. You're going to get a lot of information on that. So you got Xbox All Access, you got Xbox Game Pass, you got Xbox Ultimate, you got Xbox Live, and then you have XCloud. So they're going to have to figure out how to, like, similar to what they're doing with the Xbox One X, discontinuing the digital edition. They got to bring it down to where there's 2 options or 3 options. And I think that's what they're doing. And hopefully, I know there's a lot of speculation. They could have it where, you know, Xbox Live, you know, basically there's there's no paywall for the for the multiplayer, which I think would be a huge move. I think that would differentiate itself from Sony and could bring a lot of people back. Other than that, if they're not going to do that, I hope at least, though, that they give you an option to do it cheap. I don't think that it's right that, you know, if you just want to have that, you should have to pay $150. I don't think that that's the case. I think that they'll the pricing is it's all gonna make sense. Just it's gonna take a little time.
Fair enough. Let's get Ains in, man. Obviously, we had this announcement. You know, we also had the announcement, like Tim said, in reference to basically production stopping on the Xbox One X. So SKUs seem to be kind of streamlined heading into this event. So what was your thought process, Ains, on both announcements with the Project XCloud Ultimate and also the SKUs of the systems?
Yeah, so the SKUs, I think, is a more simple announcement, right? In the sense of what I mean by that is they're transitioning into next gen, as Tim just said, right? You can't have like 5 and 6 options on the market, right? So you trail off. It's not that hard of a concept. We've seen that for generations, right? So trail off, get rid of that stock, and then you move in with your Series X and Lockhart. On XCloud, I think it's exactly what we wanted to hear, right? Is that I know all of us and probably a lot of people watching are Game Pass Ultimate already because you're across PC, you're across your console, and now you'll be on every device, right? So combining that as just another feature is, you know, the funniest thing I saw on Twitter all week was someone had a ship sinking and it just said Stadia.
Stadia. I was just about to say, this the death blow
Yeah, it's
to
just
Phil Luminous Harrison?
they just
When he put on them red sneakers, it was the death blow when he put on them red sneakers. And he walked down on that stage and you started calling him Phil Luminous. I was like, he's done, son.
This the
So
death blow,
I don't know,
Ace.
man. I think that's exactly what we wanted to hear. I think they'll probably do something with gold and standard Game Pass at a cheaper rate, right? But to Tim's point as well, we don't know what XCloud looks like if you want to just get that feature by itself. But if you think about XCloud in general, right, it holistically works with Game Pass, right? I mean, it's the package that really gives you the offering from a digital perspective. So I think this is great. I think, if you look at the whole picture of where Xbox is going, you guys know I've written about this many times, but if you look at their hardware and you look at their services and you look at their play at global markets, for some reason I keep seeing people say they need to build more Series X to sell in Japan. It's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. That's not the play to get the Asian markets.
Facts.
Just stop it.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not 1995 anymore. The play is mobile, and they're the only ones positioned to truly bring their ecosystem to mobile. And I think
Ainsley, what you're saying is that these sideshow CEOs, they don't know what they're talking about.
I love how King puts words in people's mouths.
I love how he diverts the questions to his liking.
You know what it is? It's because I have a translator in my ear. So when he does the politically correct joint, the translator in my ear actually say what I say.
It's all in the wording, King. It's all in the wording.
All in the wording.
But no, the play is brilliant, and then you're going to add all access on top of that, right? Get people in like you do any other device where they have to spend, especially with the markets we're talking about this fall in North America with COVID, right? Things like all access are going to have a potential even larger impact than they would.
Is it only in North America, or I thought the program was going to be either worldwide or what?
Like XCloud, it's rolling. It's rolling out.
Yeah. What do you say,
It's
Tim?
like XCloud.
You hearing
No.
that, Tim?
I can't say the number, but yeah, it's going to be vastly bigger than what it was.
So we're
Okay,
talking
basically
global.
when-
Okay, Tim.
It's not going to, I wouldn't say global, but I would say really good coverage.
And-
It's not going to
and-
just
and-
be America.
Good.
See, I'm being funny right now. In the territories that they are already in right now, and not the initial launch territories, right?
I don't know that. I can't say the number, but I can say
I'm just thinking Tim Wiggles.
it's a sizable amount.
I know.
So I would think that the big hitters or the ones that you want are included. Like obviously you have America, and then the second biggest market you have the UK. Think of it that way. You'd probably go from that down to a certain amount of number for how many they have. But it's like when they originally did this, one of the biggest complaints was, oh well, it's just an American. You Americans just get this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not the case. That's not going to be the case here. They basically did two runs. They did it with the 360, if you remember, at the end of the generation, and then they did it like through Dell, and it was really like the last time they did it was like kind of like I wouldn't say half-assed, but it wasn't really what you would expect. Now I think that what you expect, meaning multiple publishers or like multiple brick and mortar house places and stuff like that. If they're involved and they're ticketed with this, let's just say you go to Best Buy, let's say, and they say, okay, you can pay with a credit card, or you can pay, cash, obviously, or you can pay through All Access program. And then you say, well, it's the All Access program, and they'll say, well, do you have a Best Buy card? And there you go. It's basically it's inclusive on your credit, or even if you have a credit card, you can do it. But they're like I said, they're really. I think they're going to talk about it in August. They're really pushing All Access.
We've even seen it stretch out as far as like Amazon, and because prior I would say it was limited. I felt limited to the Microsoft stores themselves. the program, and then
Yep.
now it looks like they've gotten other partners to kind of include this problem. So I do see what you're saying, Tim. Looks like they're definitely trying a bigger push. Continue, Ainsley. I want to get the Ghost.
Oh no, you're fine.
Oh,
you're
okay,
fine.
cool.
The only other thing I'm curious about, and I think a lot of people have asked about this, right, is how they're going to deal with Apple, because it's a less of a play outside of North America, but in North America, Apple is 60% of the market or 40% of the market, whatever it is. And so, iOS right now is still a big question. I know there's been some behind the scenes kind of debates on that front. So kind of curious where that sits. But no, I think they are just positioned really, really, really well going into this generation with options for everyone.
I would agree.
It's really impressive.
Let's get Fred Basic with the $2 super chat. Will console streaming still be a part of XCloud?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the whole DNA of it.
Yeah, salute to Fred.
We actually missed one before.
Yeah, so give me take
yeah, J-Dub is a shill. $2 super chat. It is the answer, Bug Snacks. I guess to my Kensei.
Christopher Hart is up in
All
there.
right. Yo, go ahead, King. You gotta read
King, this is for you.
Okay, Christopher Hart. Will Game Pass Edition Series X have a credit card reader slot? Actually, no, but this time you'll be able to afford one.
Oh my Lord, Jesus Christ, King!
That just happened to you, Chris. You just did that to yourself.
Oh my God. Moving along, let's get the Ghost, man. Man. We had a lot of announcements this week. You saw the SKUs, you saw the potential of XCloud rolling in, to Ultimate. What's your thought process on these announcements prior to the game showcase?
Man, they are positioning and setting themselves up to phase certain things out and certain things in for the future. They're building for long term. Something that's very clear that Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer has been saying has been, you can play your Xbox whenever, wherever, however you like, regardless of whether or not you have an Xbox. They don't care if they get you on XCloud. They don't care if they get you on an Xbox Series X or Lockhart. They don't care if they get you through Game Pass for PC. They want you in their ecosystem, spending their money. That's how they penetrate different markets in India, Korea, Japan. That's how they recapture North America and UK. That they're working to build those pillar systems. They've got the services. They've streamlined the hardware. They're phasing out the One X and the all digital editions logically, which is dope because it makes my Project Scorpio and Gear systems look cooler.
Absolutely.
So that's cool. But they're doing this to position themselves to give anybody and everybody, whether you want that Series X Premium King David edition, whether you want to get on that Lockhart and it be your second system, whether you just want to play on PC. I can play Infinite on an Xbox One, XCloud, Game Pass for PC, Xbox One X, Series X, whatever. I'm playing with my friends. They're setting themselves up to have that and streamline their business models accordingly, reducing that Xbox Live Gold paywall. Yeah, they need to do that. They cannot do it snap of the fingers tomorrow. They've got to phase it out and honor contracts, honor legalities. And as Tim and Ains have said prior, it's a gradual process. They're working towards that. It makes sense. They are setting themselves up to have everything except the IP, which we get at the showcase, which we get with those 15 studios. That's their tactic.
All right, Ghost, I feel you talking, man. Let's get Solve, man. Solve King, where you at? These announcements prior to the show, man.
All right, cool. So first, let me get JD Game up to $5 super chat. Just like the Surface created an entirely new PC category, so shall the Surface Duo and its Trojan horse for the non-console centric markets, i.e., Asia. And its Trojan horse. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So for me, honestly, like when it comes to the Game Pass, the XCloud stuff, from the beginning I said, like, for XCloud to be viable, they have to give it to you as a choice. It has to not. It's something that cannot be forced on the consumer in a way that takes away their agency in the decision-making process. And this is exactly it. If you're already in Game Pass, it's additive. It isn't something that necessarily taking away. Though some people are interpreting it that way with the elimination of these of the 1 year whatever Xbox Live and the 6 month.
Right.
So I think it's fantastic. I think that is the way you move the XCloud narrative forward is to ingrain it at the bottom level into everything that you do.
Right.
So I think it's fantastic that it's going to be in Ultimate without any added sort of monetary coming in from a different person. Excuse me, somebody's talking to me on the side.
Shout out to Lady Saul.
I'm having two conversations in my head. Hold on a second.
I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll pick up.
No. Okay, no. So that's that. Beyond that, when you look at what they're doing, eliminating the 1X and eliminating the S, I think there's no greater indication that Lockhart is real, right? It's real. It's coming sooner rather than later, and it's a machine that outpaces the 1X considerably.
Right.
And in terms of price point, when you look at the two machines they eliminated, that means that the Lockhart falls to me in that $200 to $300 price range, which is insane for the machine that you're getting.
Right.
So I think it was necessary to do that. I know some people had arguments about, they're talking about they want you to play your games wherever, but they're eliminating two platforms for you to play those games. And they're replacing it with a platform that is probably going to be as cheap as the ones they're eliminating and considerably more powerful.
Yo, Slow, so stupid. Sorry, continue. He comes for you all the. He said Lady Saul's asking why you want more levity and already good story. Yo, Slow, that was fire. I cannot. I had to read that one. Anyway, continue, Saul.
He's in my ear and asking me why.
But yo, let me flip this back to the panel before I give it to Cal. I know King about to get his balls off. But I want to ask you because one thing I have seen Tim, Ains, and Ghost. Is people say, you know what? I still don't know. What if I don't want Game Pass? What if I don't want XCloud? What I just want live? Now I'm incurring an additional cost. It's technically become more expensive. You know what? Like Tim, what do you say to those people? You know, in general, that may feel that this is not a bargain that everyone kind of envisions it to be.
Come on
now.
Just in your mind, then I would tell them in your mind, see a hypnotist and pretend it's not there. You know, I mean, I think, you know, when we talk about it, it's an additive thing. It's something that's just there to basically extend your playtime, extend your gaming. It's not there to make any money. You know, listen, in the standalone sense, it's big because it can get to markets like Korea and all these other places. But at that point, it's you know, you can either buy it standalone, if they have pricing for that. I guess in the future we'll know, or not. And other than that, if it's included in something at no additional charge, you know, I think you should just either, if you don't want to use it and it's not your thing. That's fine too, but you know, listen. I mean, there's come times now. I have a situation where I'm waiting for iOS to get the actual games on it. Yeah. They only have one. I'm in it. It's good, but I don't think that iOS is going to open their store up. I think that they're just the way they are traditionally with their store and everything like that. I don't think that they're going to allow it. So for me, what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to get the Note 20 when it comes out, the Note 20 Ultra, because I'm up to get a new phone. And from there, I really will, you know, I mean, I use it, but I have a Note 9, but it's my work phone, so I can't use it on the network, on a cellular network, like, because that's basically stealing. I could use it. I could use it in the sense that I could use it on my own Wi-Fi. Right. But the fact is finding Wi-Fi wherever, you just don't do that, you know? So once I get my real cellular connection...
Yeah, which is a huge advantage, Tim, because...
I'm sorry if I...
Let's go. You good, bro. You good. Yeah, I was just saying, which is a huge advantage. Also, people don't realize with XCloud, as opposed to a service like Remote Play or what have you, because what has happened is they now allow you to use Wi-Fi. I mean, they allow you to use 4G as opposed to just Wi-Fi only. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to the realm. Oh, hold on one second. We got to solve. You want to handle that super chat?
We have Christopher Hart with the $5 super chat.
Yes.
Is Game Pass Dollar Tree gaming going to be a good strategy when Game Pass prices go up? You still own none of those games.
So Christopher Hart, right? And I do appreciate you every week. Oh, shout out to you recovering. I'm fantastic that you're doing better. You know, a lot of people don't know when this guy is missing. I look for him because a lot of these PlayStation generals do not stick their neck out like this man. Pause. Chris, when it comes to Game Pass, you won't know the true value because you don't have an X. You don't have Xbox. When you get an Xbox, because they will put it in a position where it's going to be too tempting for you not to have it. When you do get an Xbox and you do have that 3 months of Game Pass for free, talk to me after you do that, right? And then you and I will be the best of buds, brother, because you will throw that PlayStation so far in the bushes.
Oh my Lord!
I'm not lying to you. You would use it just like everybody else here, and I understand your fears. Your fears is that your PlayStation turns into that part-time system that you see every 2 to 3 years when a AAA banger comes out, like everybody else who has both systems.
Fair enough. Real quick, Ghost. Okay, good.
We got shout out. Put the crust in the chat for Big Bad Mo joining the round.
Salute, brother. Salute.
Guy.
Salute, bro. Don't crust up for the guy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, so is it overblown stuff, Ghost and Ains, as far as this whole, value? Are people really like, yo, I don't necessarily want Game Pass rolled into my thing? Where you guys with that?
It's not. Oh no! If I want to play Breath of the Wild and I refuse to buy a Switch, I'm not playing Breath of the Wild. Like, at a certain point, it becomes a silly argument. And I recognize we want options as consumers, but there is a limit, and they're providing you a ton of service. You can have Game Pass and still buy the game. Like that is a thing that can happen, but you cannot fight the future. Like the time continues to march on us all, and change is part of it. It just happens to us as we get older. Like it's gonna happen. I can't be mad that it's happening. I can only prepare for it.
Fair enough. Ains, and then we'll get kicking.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? You're talking about removing the paywall eventually for Xbox Live like they have in Gold now, right? And if you've got your bottom option as Gold and Game Pass, and you're getting 200 plus games a month for $10 a month, and that's too much for you, then you shouldn't be looking at video games.
I don't want that value, Ains.
No.
Another hobby.
How dare you give me value, Ains?
If $10 a month is for over 200 games is putting you over the top, and you're like, I don't know if I can afford this, you shouldn't be gaming. Go work on something else.
That's TCL crowd?
Ains putting up millions talk right now.
Are you talking about the TCL dude?
But I mean, Luke said it. There is a line, right? Everything you can't deliver everything for free. I mean, they spend billions and billions of dollars on it. The value is already the best in gaming as it is.
Ains, even if they did, you will have somebody saying, "Man, I can't just be for free. It has to be some type of catch."
Yeah. So let's get it kicked, man. All these announcements prior to the next week. Where you at with the Ultimate when it came across your feed. I saw your reaction. You have funny emojis in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So where you at with this whole thing and the SKUs being consolidated?
All right. So first of all, I would like to have all those knees that I told you FedEx shipped. I told you guys a long time ago what was going on. I'm not as privy to as much stuff as him, but I get some stuff too, and when I told y'all ship your knees here, you had to listen. Phil Dominus Maximus, soon to be Aurelius Spencer, has taken you from the dark ages and brought you to the light. And you guys really didn't understand what he was doing, because a lot of dudes like grind my gears. I'm going right at you, bro, because I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you since you said Phil is this nice guy. Since he's been on his world tour, like Muhammad, my man. Since he's been on his world tour, all he's been doing is busting shots. Wow. There is another shot. Wow. And I'm loving every minute of it. So every time you dudes, please complain louder. Get louder with your complaints, because every complaint and like a true strategist, every complaint that you've had, he's yanked it out of your mouth. All right. So now the first complaint was, oh, Xbox is behind the paywall. If I want to play my friends, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I hear you. Shut up. Shut up. Yank that out of your mouth. Now you still, so now you that's right. He hit you with the Spanish on you. right out of your mouth. Now you're like, oh man. So now they can play with their friends over there without the paywall. Yeah, man. Fortnite is over there. Oh, Fortnite is over there looking better. I'm out. Right. So now these are things that had to happen, right? So you dudes are saying like, oh, they're discontinuing the Xbox One X. Okay. They're discontinuing the digital. Okay. Like Saab said, they're removing to add more. Right. So the Lockhart will slide in where the digital, the SAD edition is at, right? And it will give you more value. It will give you more power, and it will probably do so at a cheaper price, right? We don't want to confuse the consumers. This is what they're saying, right? All right, so let's remove this up because a lot of you guys
that was a big one. Remember, people were going to be confused.
Remember, I said you're yanking stuff out of your mouth. Remember, this is the yanking part. This is the part you're not good with. Your tonsils is bad, so he's removing it.
Are you trying to say he's removing all these concern narratives? Is that what we're doing?
All the fake concern. Look, watch how I break it down for you. You guys are going to be disgusted with it. All right. So now they removed that whole. Oh my God! I don't know what to purchase. Grandma. Trouble.
Yeah, that was a big one, right?
Remember, little Timmy's going to be confused.
Yeah, Grandma has no idea for Christmas what she's gonna get.
5 SKUs.
So now that's removed, right? Now Granny can do what she got to do. I like my grandson, but I don't love him. Let me get the Lockhart, please. There it goes. Right? So, and for those dudes that have more than a TCL, those dudes that aspire to be better.
I can't with you.
Let me have that. Let me have that top shelf right there, son. Thank you. My top shelf, please. Right. So, all right. You have top shelf dudes and you have bottom basement dudes. In between, you're caught in between. You're there, right? Either way, you're gonna game. Now, you got a lot of dudes talking about Game Pass, right? Game Pass, which is probably no, I'm not gonna say probably. I'm going to say it is the best gaming system on the game service on the planet. Bar none.
I say you guys let it can go real loose today.
Yeah, you left me alone. I got jumped in the Ghost of Tsushima topic, sir. I tell you, left me alone.
Don't jump on my stride. Anyway, so now we know that it's the best service on the planet, gaming service bar none. The next competitor, which is the PlayStation now, is in the bushes with the 2 million dudes. You got 2 million dudes that actually showed up to the party. 2 million, and we rocking what 15, 17 dudes out here, million dudes out here. Like it's different kind of parties, baby. It's different kind of parties. All right. So now you got that Game Pass, right? They say, yo, all you beta dudes, come September, everybody gonna get it. Thank you for testing it. How much is it gonna cost? Free. I told you, I want those knees. I told you they were just gonna throw it in there and roll it up in there, right? So now you have Game Pass, right? But now when you pop up your phone and you was playing on your system, you standing in because you got to leave. You have to run out of the house, but you're at this board on Neon Abyss that you want to get past, but you're inside trying to pick up your package at FedEx because I got needs coming in. So I'm right there. I'm like, man, but I'm on my phone playing Neon Abyss right where I left off at
XCloud 4G.
What happened? What was that? That's something Stadia said they was trying to do, right? Didn't work out. It was right because the infrastructure wasn't right yet. But this is when true planning comes in, right? This is when true planning, Phil Dominus Maximus, soon to be Aurelius Spencer, takes the lead and brings you from the darkness into the light. Now,
can't sound like a scripture.
Listen, you dudes are complaining for them giving you value. Now, here's the ultimate value. This is where the broke dudes, I'm yanking all that money talk out your mouth.
Let's go.
We don't know how much it costs, King. We don't understand. Financially right now, the world is in a turmoil. I feel you. I hear you. You know who else hears you? Microsoft. You know what they said? They got a program for you.
Which one we talking?
We're talking about the program. What's the name of the program?
All access.
All access?
What that means?
I'll find it later.
What does that mean? See, did they say limited access? Did they say minor access?
No, they said all access. Game.
Minor access. ALL. ALL. They said all access. All will be included. Isn't that his mantra? Isn't that his mantra? His mantra
to mute yourself, Addict.
Yeah, Addict is going and all during the joint.
All gamers are welcome here. All ALL.
Who did that?
All access. Who is giving you this access? Who's the access for? It's for all. It's for the dude that financially right now, man, it's not working. Okay, well, we have a program that'll work for you, and you can pay this off shortly. Oh, for real? I can go home with it right now, sir. It has Game Pass? Yes, it does. So I can game on the highest level, like King. Yes, you can.
I can't.
Can you help me take my game into the next level? Yes, we can. So this is not an exclusive thing that's locked behind a paywall like Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
This is not an exclusive thing that's locked behind fake narratives like, oh, it can only be done on this platform. And after seeing what y'all did with that controller, bruh, I saw that game. Did you see the game? Where was the graphics at? I saw load times too. I saw load times on something that was built inside the system. So again, the SSD not working right. The graphics is in the bushes.
Are we gonna mention that even at all?
What, as far as the dual system?
As far as SSD wasn't doing what we was told, and
y'all too messy.
No, it's being legit. Like people sitting there acting like this SSD is godly. It's gonna make no loading screens, and there were 7-second loading screens in the beta.
Can we wait to see an actual game?
But that's a game that comes with the PlayStation.
Okay, fair enough.
So you mean to tell me that if it can't do it with the game that comes with the console that is designed to show you what the console does, it's gonna do it with something else?
Listen, y'all messy right now. I had to get this out. We got to move on from this. But in conclusion, King.
In conclusion, it's access for all.
Yes.
All right. In conclusion, Game Pass for all. In conclusion, you're getting more value from one company that understands the market like no other. So when I hear fake narratives, keep complaining. Because all he's doing is ripping it out of your mouth, so you have nothing to complain about. And soon you're just going to be standing there alone with you and your little hand sticking out like, I don't know what else to say. He did everything that I was complaining about.
No doubt, the pocket watcher concern. Fair enough. Look, let's get JD Gamer. We have to follow our super chat. Samsung is quick. Hold on, I missed one? That's what
you got it. That's
where
we're at.
Hopefully the EU convinces or sues Apple into allowing competing apps onto their store. Then we'll see XCloud for real. Yeah, we got to see. I know they have very stringent policies. So if you want to get the next one, or you call
Then we have Regulator with the $2 super chat. We might get the mic drop. Free gold. Don't forget.
No doubt. I hear horn. Someone did join. Shout out to Midway Monster. $5 super chat. I was just charged my gold membership. What happens to us that just got charged if gold is getting integrated into the Game Pass tiers? What you think?
And I think that's the reason that they disabled 1 year. Like if you notice, you can't get a year of Game Pass anymore.
Yeah,
it just turned into Game Pass.
Transform
right.
over, most likely.
I think the reason that they disabled that is because they're like, look, like this isn't going to be here for a year, so why sell it for a year? Like,
no doubt.
I really do. I think gold's about to go. Like, there's a lot of. Normally, I would be like, nah, that's too much money. But there's a lot of
indicators.
There's a lot of indicators that it's going. Like, there's literally no reason to get rid of a year on the marketplace, and they did. Unless they know that if it's longer than a year, they're gonna have to refund it. Right. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's get finish up the super chat. We got
Kyromix with the £10 super chat. Please say something, brother.
Yes.
Then we have J-Dub as a shill with the $5 super chat. Does anyone know if the PS5 can consistently and safely talk about safety now, do 4K 60 frames per second?
No,
Plus,
you cannot.
Need to know if I should pre-purchase fire insurance before I buy a PS5.
So messy.
Get in the extinguisher, put it right next to it. It should be the same height.
We getting bad people general. What else we got?
Then we got Regulator with the $2 super chat. King did it again. R.I.P. to Chris's knees. Knees in the box.
His knees, they're gone, man. I liked Chris. Chris is a good dude.
Wheelchairs. I'm selling wheelchairs on All Access.
Actually, and you know what? You guys are gonna want our wheelchairs, man. They got the IOP logo on the side and stuff, man.
With my face on the side. Like,
I'm done. Viper XT, the Canadian $5. Did you hear the PlayStation 4 Pro?
Look at that, King. He completely went by our wheelchair statement.
I know.
Y'all messy. He said the PS4 Pro is now the most powerful console with the Xbox One X production ending. Nice new avatar, TimDog. All right. You want to go for it?
There we go. Okay. Gaming Forte with the $2 super chat. Been saying it for months. Xbox Live will be free soon.
No doubt. What else we got?
Let me see. We got Pixel Bit G with the $5 super chat. All the fear pushers can kick rocks barefoot. Tell them save those crocodile tears for the 23rd. Discount them knees. Who did that for you, LOL?
Who did that for you right quick? Had to hit Pixel with that. Oh, then what else? We all caught up. Look, Richard, what's his name?
Monreal.
God bless King. He always gives Xbox credit when they deserve and sends all the haters to the pony nether realm. New to the podcast. I am a fan now.
God bless, brother. Thank you. Yeah, we did Super Panda.
Yeah, we need Viper XT. Let's put them crest in the chat. Welcome to the round.
Yes.
No doubt,
then we have Gaming Forte with the $2 super chat. 7-second load times. Told everyone to watch and see.
Yeah, Attic ain't letting it go. I know that for sure.
Then we have Fred Mazik with the $2 super chat. First time chilling. My last name is Music.
Okay, music. All right, we got it, brother. We gonna get it right. Music. No doubt.
Then we have Fred Music.
Music. Throw the press up, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yes, man.
Right, look, man, we're making sure. But
one more actually. We have Clark. Welcome to the realm. Put them crests in the chat.
Put the crest up. Put the crest up.
Oh, actually, we have a few more. Actually,
yeah. Wow. We have Super Panda, right?
We have Super Panda with the $5 super chat. On this Lord's Day, let's have a small moment of silence for Stadia. Go in peace.
Yeah, just pour it out for the homie. You know what I'm saying? It was a good run. It was a good run, but damn.
Then we have the apostle of the Book of X, Smitty Smith himself with the $5 super chat. PS fanboy, sir, my back hurts. This goalpost is heavy. Jim Dance was round.
Savage. Still, or we all caught?
No, we got Regulator with the $2 super chat. Tell Chris that he can keep that 1.5 RDNA PS5.
Wow, Saturday messy. Look, man, big announcements. I thought it was cool, prior to the show, to get these kind of things out. And let's just get into it. I agree with all you guys. Everything has been said already. I completely agree. I think it's great value. I think they are setting up gold to somehow be phased out. I think it looks like maybe the writing is on the wall with that, but it would be a huge pro-consumer move and definitely worthy of its own announcement. But we got to get into something. I'm glad.
Shout out to that 413 in the room.
413 in the room.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to drop something in the chat as we say goodbye to the PS4. The Lord would like to gift someone in the chat with one of the games that defined the PS4 era. So the first one to grab it now, go get that. Go get that. Boom. Use PayPal.
There you go.
Anyway, but we're going to get to it, man. We're going to get to it. So look, I'm glad Addict is here. He's in town because this one has been a highly, highly contested argument amongst Xbox fans prior to the show. So let's get to it, man. The thing right now, we know the stakes are high. This is one of the biggest showcases in Xbox history. And the question that comes across my line is how should they start? What should they start with? So I'm going to give it to Addict first, as he's here, because this is something we go at it. You know what I'm saying? So Addict, what needs to be first?
I would say anything that if Halo isn't first, I'd be very surprised. And if Fable's first, that would be interesting because I have no clue what they would end it with.
All right, so in your opinion, Fable being first would be the good look, or you would be
a good look because it would show me that I don't think they're going to end it with Halo under no circumstance. So it would show me that they have something better to end it with. But I'm sorry, they end with Halo, it's an L.
Why? Why is it an L?
Because
let's talk about it.
I feel like if you ending with Halo, that means you're trying to put the whole show on Halo's back. That's just my opinion. You end it with something that you want to stay in people's minds for the long term. You don't end it with something.
That's all.
But in the short term, you want Halo in their mind because that's what they're going to be playing in a couple of months.
I get that, but everyone knows Halo. You keep that for the bam. You don't keep that for the we knew that was here. Like
I'm telling you, this is a hot one, Saab. I've talked this amongst many Xbox fans. This is super polarizing. How they should
I
start
guarantee
off.
you. I guarantee you, if they end that with Halo, the show's gonna be bad. I honestly think.
Oh, you got Ghost shaking his head. Ainsley's beside himself.
Go back to sleep,
let
bro.
Me talk, let me talk.
Let's get it.
Let me.
Disney's coming at you. Like
I don't care what Disney says.
Yeah, it's Addict's World. This is Addict's World. Go ahead, Addict. Talk. Get your balls off.
Let's be real here. If they're ending with Halo and they're putting all this pressure on Halo, what else are they gonna show at that point?
Didn't you just make a video about how Halo it has all the pressure in the world on it? Like,
but no, that is the quality of the game being good. That's not the show. Everyone knows Halo. Halo is. I'm not saying it's dead, but Halo's definitely not where it used to be. But can we honestly say everyone in this chat? No, hold on. Let me talk.
Are you saying that Halo's not going to be that?
Everyone in this chat is always saying, I'm tired of Gears, Halo, and Forza. Why are they going to end it with the stuff we know? Why are they going to end it with the stuff they
all right, let me ask you
with?
this. Where should, in your opinion, even though this is not a subject, where should Halo be placed in your opinion?
Halo needs to be at the beginning.
Okay.
And they need to end it with that. I mean, you can laugh all you want.
No,
if they are relying on Halo, there's something wrong because why are they relying on the stuff we know?
All right, let me get.
You leave the end for a mic drop moment. I'm sorry, in no way, shape, or form is Halo a mic drop moment right now.
Let me get Ghosted. He's shaking his head so hard at you. I need to know why the Ghost is angry with Addict. Let's go, Ghost.
Man, okay, so there's the reason I'm angry with Addict is about this nonsense. The idea
it's nonsense all you want.
Let him get his balls.
The idea that if you end with Halo,
it's an L.
It's an L. It's not. We don't know. No, you're
Addict.
Objectively, no. I don't think it should be ended there, but we don't know. Everything does rest on Halo. They have said, Phil Domus Aurelius. Thank you, King. He has said,
know the name.
He has said that they plan to launch with a Halo, something that's not been done since the original Xbox. They said that everything rests on this. It does. They know that. They need that God of War moment. Now, I agree with Addict. Halo should be early in the show, but let me tell you how they're going to start this show.
Let's get the question, baby.
It's going to get quiet. It goes quiet.
What we doing?
And then we hear Phil Spencer's voice. Xbox backward compatibility coming to Xbox One. Then Xbox Game Pass coming to Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. They take us through the good legacy sizzle reel, and they end that sizzle reel of showing us games of all those good moments they've had since 2015. Legacy awaits. You know, legacy awaits, and they show us then through the show the Xbox legacy that they are building. They've shown it. They're honoring their legacy with smart delivery and backward compatibility. They're building it with new IP. Put Cyberpunk and Halo early in the show.
Okay.
And the way you mic drop end it, mic drop end it after all the fables and the perfect darks and everything else.
What you killing with?
Your whole argument's that it's at the end, and now you're saying something else is at
the
end. I get no confusion. You're confusing me, Ghost. You're confusing me.
No. His argument is that you said it's an L.
Yeah, let him get his balls off, bro.
It is.
Him talk.
Man, these people talked over me for 10 minutes.
No, actually, didn't. Actually,
I didn't talk over you.
I shut up and I'll let you spit your spew.
I did it. He does it to me all the time. I didn't know.
I did it. I own it. Come on, we moving at like 60 interrupts per second, 60 IPS. Come on now, let's get back on focus.
There's no L if Halo's at the end is where I'm taking issue. But they end it with very quick Batman cape over a WB logo.
Whoa.
See you in August at DC Fandom.
So we're being unrealistic. Gotcha. Okay, never mind. Halo's going to be so lit. It's going to be at the end of the show, you guys.
Listen, I need TimDog right quick because I haven't had this question with him. And this is a big one, TimDog. The Xbox community is very split with this wherever you talk. I need the OG to tell me, what do you need them to set off the showcase with?
Well, I would love to see Halo. That's pretty
Set the
much
tone.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone really wants to see. They want to see gameplay. One of the criticisms of the last show was that they didn't have gameplay. It was valid. I can see them though. I'm hearing it's going to be a lot of gameplay, 10+ minutes of campaign. So that's going to start off the show. I think it's rumored to start off the show. One little tidbit: watch the pre-show.
Yes.
Because there's going to be a lot of information that they can't put in this stream. This stream is probably mostly game trailers and games. And possibly some sizzle reels, like Luke was saying. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of information in the pre-show. So I would definitely watch that just as a side note. So say if it's what is it, 9 o'clock or is it 12 o'clock?
Yeah, 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 Pacific.
So set your clock an hour back because. Especially if you're interested, I think they might talk about where they're going to talk about the 120 frames per second. I think they're going to show it in the main thing, but they might also talk about it and list titles that they're adding.
Okay.
One of the titles that we all know is Ori. That's going to be. I heard that's native 4K 60.
Okay.
Then you got like Forza Horizon's possible. You got a bunch of the games that they're gonna push out. So a lot of the little little things that you would miss. Just watch that pre-show. But yeah, I think you're gonna show off with Halo, and it's gonna be you're gonna learn a lot of things, and it's gonna be a big big thing of information. I think Halo fans are going to go crazy. I'm hearing it's really looking good. Hearing that it has some real, like if you were old school Halo 1 fans and that crew that felt like that, 343 and everyone took it too far, whatever, they didn't like the sprinting and the shooting and all that, the sprinting and the thrusting and all that stuff. I think that they brought this back to the original theme where Master Chief was focal, and it's just I'm hearing Halo 1 to 3 vibes from this game. So I think we're in for a treat. And as far as the rest of the show, I don't know if we're going into that now, but they got to hit it. They got to hit it home.
We're gonna get into that part. Let's get Ains. Ains was also shaking his head, I thought, but I need to know where you at. We haven't talked about this. Setting it off. One of the most highly anticipated showcases in Microsoft Xbox history. What do they need to set it off with for you?
I'm kind of weird on. Well, first of all, I got to touch on Halo. So hold on a second.
Halo keeps coming up.
All right, because Halo, there's all this misconception that Halo's not what it used to be. I'm so tired of hearing that phrase. It is, if anything, bigger, given the market, bigger than it used to be, because it's now on PC. Every time they release a single game in the Master Chief Collection, where does Halo sit on Steam?
That's right. That's right.
Number one.
That's right.
Let me give you some millions.
Halo 3 just taught us that again.
And so did Halo 2 Anniversary, and so did when it first launched, and so did Reach. It hit number one every time.
That's right.
And that's for 10 and 15 and 20-year-old games. Halo Infinite launching on Series X as a showcase title, right, which we know it's going to be, still launching on Xbox One, being on Game Pass and launching on PC all at the same time. Halo's going to take over the world, so you better be prepared for it.
It's right for content creators to stream, to forge mode on PC. That's going to let them share stuff. I'm sorry, Ains, I'm excited.
You go.
It's every single category checked for the opportunity for Halo to return to the mind share greatness. The numbers, he's right. And we would be killing ourselves if we talked about Halo's mind share, but it's poised to make a huge comeback. And the dorks like me who read the books and stuff, we can see it lined up miles away. It's there. Sorry, Ains. Go ahead.
Hold
buddy.
on.
No.
Hey, they love it because shout out to Dizzy, my former COO of LordsGaming.net. He said, putting in my resignation at LongNet and joining Seasons Gaming. He loves what you said. He is so not about what he knows where we go at with this. So he is so about what you talk about. Continue, Ains.
So anyway, I had to set the Halo record straight. Now I'm kind of weird. We're talking about opening the show, right?
Yes, let's go. This is the one.
So I'm kind of weird. I'm different from everyone, and I talked about this on our show yesterday. So I think they're going to open with something that is familiar, but we hadn't seen yet, that appeals to a bigger audience. So for some weird reason, just in my head, and it probably won't happen, but I'm going to say it anyway, I think they're going to open with Elden Ring. And the reason I say that is we haven't seen it yet.
Right.
People, it's a From Software game. People are super hyped for it.
Open they show with someone else's stuff. I'm going to have issues with that.
This is the thing.
You have issues with everything.
Huh?
Is
it
it
again?
first party?
Is it first party?
No, it's not first
Elden
party. It's
Ring
From
is not
Software.
first party.
It's From
No,
Software.
what I'm saying is that it wasn't the showcase supposed to be just first party.
No, it's not just
no,
first
no,
party.
Oh, it's not.
You mean to tell me, yo, we come see our stuff, but the first thing gonna be someone else's stuff? Like, that makes
It's
no
better
sense.
than a Rockstar
It's
trailer for
Xbox
6 minutes.
Game
But
Showcase.
we ain't
It's not
talking
first
about
party
PlayStation,
showcase.
We're talking about Xbox. People
Game-
sitting there, they, oh my god.
Wait, I know. Calm down. Let Ains get his paws off. Calm down. Ains, talk your talk. Tell us why. Tell us why.
So the only reason I say that is similar to Cyberpunk's its own world, right?
Yeah.
So I think we may see some Cyberpunk too, but
I hope not.
I think they open with this because people are dying to see gameplay. From Software is huge. We know they have the marketing deal for it. It showcased last year, right? The premiere of it, the teaser video did.
Right.
And we know there's going to be third-party games here. Now, to Addict's point, when people reflect on this show, I think the whole thought of if this game's in minute 8 and this game's in minute 47, it's a loss is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. People are going to reflect on the whole show. What games were shown? What did they look like? What gameplay did we see? What do we know is releasing in launch window? How does it compare to Sony Showcase? That's what people are going to look at. Who cares when the game actually shows? I think there is something to be said for how you open the.
Let Halo end it.
Hold on,
We'll see.
hold on.
We'll see who cares. Let Halo end it.
Let
I
him go.
guarantee you, if Halo's ended in this thing, they don't have a whole lot to cap Halo.
Let his
I don't want
bars
Halo
free.
being put, man.
Release his
I'm
bars.
I'm
just gonna mute my mic.
You gonna mute his mic. You gonna mute his mic. Attic is
No, I'm not
upset.
talking the rest of the podcast.
We got you. We got you.
I'm not talking the rest of the
We got
podcast.
you.
Oh,
Attic,
man.
we got you, bro. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. It's emotional, but it ain't that
No,
serious.
because he want to spit his bars and they don't talk over me. Please let me release myself. And then when somebody else is talking, but I'm telling you, big G, mean G. No,
Let Attic get his but listen, finish your point. Attic is very passionate. Right? I was very upset, but continue.
Oh, you're good?
No, continue.
Well, I already said the piece on Halo. It doesn't matter where Halo is in the show. Halo's going to come out and it's going to wreck it. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But no, anyway, my point being, I'm weird. I know. I think they're going to open with something that's familiar but appeals outside of just the Xbox audience. I think that's the appeal of Elden Ring.
Okay.
That's the only thing I think.
Oh,
All right. Okay, that's a spicy one. Solve, man.
see,
Okay, don't get to Please go.
No, this is my opinion. Is that I understand what Alex is saying, and for the most part, he is right. But I do think that you can't really make an ultimate statement like that because you never know. They could have just. What if they just they went crazy and they just showed Fable, and they showed Obsidian, and they showed, another new IP and a AAA and this and that. If they went really crazy and then ended it with Halo, I don't think anybody would be upset or say that it's. But I think what he's saying is that if it is ending, it shows lack of announcements, but. I think, honestly, I feel strongly that I don't think that's going to be the case with this show. I think you're going to get, we're going to talk about this in the upcoming segment, but, it's going to come.
Okay.
So.
And the bottom line is if the game looks good, we won't care.
Right.
It takes one game to win a show. Gamers are
That's
fickle
true.
like that.
I mean, the thing is, I think the most critical thing is Halo shows well. Imagine it didn't show
right.
well.
That's a
then,
good point.
We got a problem.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
That's what I mean. It doesn't matter where they show Halo. If it looks good, it'll be fine.
Fair enough. Salva, we'll get your bars off, man. I mean, you haven't talked about this. You know, what do you think is critical for them to start with?
I think, well, going into the pre-show, right? I think the pre-show is where maybe you shadow drop something like Battletoads, like something Battletoads, or maybe even 12 minutes, things that we've been looking forward to on the ID at Xbox side. And then for the show proper, I believe in sort of building up momentum. So I mean, but still showing us something first that comes from Xbox that we haven't seen yet. Right. So if Forza's a thing, start with Forza. Right, then whatever you're gonna sprinkle in after that, then you go Forza, then you go whatchamacallit, you get into
Hellblade.
You get into Hellblade, exactly. Then you get into Hellblade. You show me some gameplay of Hellblade. Then you go into, to me, Fable should be right before Halo. I think Halo ends it because my reason for thinking that Halo ends it is this is the game you want people to focus on, that they're going to be playing when the system launches, right? Okay. So if you're not confident in what you're showing now, you should be showing, like TimDog said, he's expecting 10 minutes of gameplay. To me, that is the game that shows you the reason why you want this system now.
Okay, let me flip it on you for a second. Just I know we've had Dizzy probably he's agreeing with you, but what about for those that say like, okay, we know it's coming this year, and what about people who say, look, this is a Microsoft staple, right? We kind of know them for the Halo, the Gears, the Forza, and like ending with like something, I don't want to say that gives hope, but of something new. What do you say to that crowd?
No, I think you put too much stock into the actual event, and then, like Ainsley said, that you're going to think about the event as a whole afterwards. Not the order stuff comes in. If they show Fable, if they show it in a good light, you're going to remember Fable. You're not going to necessarily remember if it comes out at the end.
And after the show, it's going to be its own thing. It's going to have its own videos, its own Twitter accounts, its own social media presence.
Exactly. All that. I mean, to me. A mic drop moment that would sort of supersede all of this stuff to me is what Ghost said. Like if you get that, if you have those WB studios and you have that, then you end with something like that.
Just a quick tease, just a quick hey, it deals. We're not ready,
and
to show you
exactly. And then you do that right after. So if Halo shows fantastically and people crying, clapping, and whatever, and then you show that afterwards, people will lose their minds.
Don't let Phil come out with the Batman cape. Don't let Phil.
Man, Phil comes out with a cowl. Like,
yo, he kind of got the Bruce Wayne vibe.
It's funny.
Good, Tim.
No, but I just think it's funny how all of us are just imagining it, but we're still imagining it in the E3 form.
True.
True.
That's a very good point.
On stage and stuff like that. But with COVID, everything sucks.
Yeah.
So,
but I do think this gives them the opportunity to absolutely, there's nothing live, right? To control the narrative, and they've always needed to figure out how to do mic drop moments. Sony's very good at that. They've never been super good at it. So it's now that they have the time to sort of figure it out and sort of place these things where they think they would shine the best. I still think, to me, it's like, you put Halo at the end because this is the showpiece for this year. This is, we want you to buy this machine, right? This is why you buy this machine, and everything else beyond that, because again, Fable isn't coming soon.
Okay, question.
Yeah, go.
If as Tim was saying, there's 10 minutes of gameplay, that is a long time in a show.
That's a long time.
Very long.
So if you've got a 10-minute segment, or even let's say Tim, we heard some approximation, it's down to 7, but that's a long time. Is that a lull? Like, do you end on that? Like, what
if it's a vertical slice that constantly ramps up the wow factor, then you're good, right? Then I think you're good, and it ends on one of those classic Master Chief moments, saying something like, "I'm gonna go this fight" or something like that.
Get ready, get ready.
Tinkles, man. Look, my
gave me gooses.
I'm going to buy Warner Brothers.
And that's why I don't understand Addict's stance, because that's Addict's bag. That's what he wants to see. He wants Master Chief against the world. Like this is what you want to see, and if they do that right, ending the show on that is gonna make people go bonkers. To me,
Right.
That we need to fight moment. That was so good.
Right. He's not talking now, but I think he's over.
He's back.
I think his overall point was if they're showing this to end the show, that they don't have any other announcements. Like,
but if the other announcements come before, right? If you show me, if you don't show me Fable, if you don't show me Fable, I'm gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, agreed.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. That's true.
Check, yo, I gotta speak to my homie right now. I gotta speak to the king. King.
Okay, we ready?
We're ready. And
All right.
This is Phil Dominus time. I need to know.
Yo, my guy rewrote history. My guy rewrote it.
Let me put the X up on for you while you're talking this description.
He rewrote the roadmap that dudes had. Like when because I put a picture up when I first met him and I looked in his eye, we had a conversation.
I remember.
And I knew from that moment, my franchise, Halo, my chosen box, my box of choice, Xbox, was in great hands. Because what I saw looking back at me was a gamer that was concerned that this is the last beachfront. Like I saw Atari go, I saw ColecoVision go, I saw Intellivision go, I saw Vectrex go, and I seen them die. I seen companies die, and it wasn't from the outside source. It was always innards that killed them. It was always from within they died. Right. All right. So seeing them, we had a conversation at one E3, and they ended it on what was that stupid IP?
Anthem.
Anthem. And at par for the course, every E3, me and him have the conversation after the fact. Right. First, I would like to apologize to you, Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer, soon to be Aurelius. I would like to apologize to you for following, but for not understanding your wisdom at last E3, because you asked me at last
you the question.
And shout out to TimDog for getting me to stand it, because it was a hell of a line. And Tim's the man.
Oh, that's a G right there.
Well, you were like, no, I don't want to cut the line. I'm like, shut the hell up.
For real. Just like what he just said. I said, no, I didn't want to cut the line because there's so many people that wanted to have the conversation with him, and I've been blessed to have the conversation. But Tim knew every year. I guess I don't know if he has words with him, and he tells him, yo, I want to know what my guy thinks. The dude that had my back when everybody was asking questions. And he asked me, well, what did I think? And I said, this is your moment. I don't want to step on it. And, from reflection back, I looked at it and I was like, okay, I see where he went with it. I understand strategy. So I asked him at the end with Anthem that year, and I said, why did you end? Because he said, how did you feel about it? I said, I got one question for you. Why did you end on somebody else's IP?
I remember that.
And he told me business. And I said, thank you. That's it. We don't have to have no more conversation because I understand business.
Right.
I think that's stuck in his craw.
Okay.
I think that stuck in his craw. That this is the most important showcase. This is his box that he's stepping forward with. This is his generation that he's starting. This is his showcase. Now, when I say his, I mean the team.
Yeah.
Right? The team. But under his leadership. He will end on Halo. He will end on Halo just the same way Sony ended on Alloy. He will end on Halo knowing exactly what it means. Now, I know you guys saying, well, Alloy, y'all knew it was coming. But see, here's the absolute complete difference. This is when a boss make the real moves.
Talk to me.
You're playing this game this year when the system launches. You're not playing Alloy no time soon. All right? No time soon.
But King, I'm
gonna get you what he's gonna start with. He's starting with Fable. Y'all heard Spider-Man and y'all didn't believe. I didn't believe either. I didn't know what that was. but I can tell you this ain't gonna be no repackaged DLC.
Damn.
So you want to shoot shots? Shots will be shot right back at you. Fable will start it off.
Wow, look, this is powerful stuff, man. I almost got the holy world, the scripture, the chat was definitely in pocket with you right there. Look, this is a big one. I am weird. I am different. Y'all gonna be mad. So here's the deal. I get what y'all saying. If it's Fable, I'm not upset. If it's Halo, I'm not upset. I get it. You know, you set the tone. You let them know. What we call it, our meat on the table. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. For me, and I'm going to stick with my mantra. It's always been #just1. And for me, I would like to see something new. That's why the third-party showcase kind of excited me, because I believe it was Bright Memory Infinite or something like that. And I was like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, it's not Kitty. You know what I'm saying? It's mature, because that was the talk since EXO, right? It was too many, whatever.
Cog, is Perfect Dark new for you, or is
not
that...
according to the fanboy rules? Let me give you.
Okay, so you mean a new?
No. So you asked a great question, Ghost, and I have to break down the fanboy rules as to why they don't count that. They don't count Perfect Dark. They don't count Hellblade. Yeah. The fanboy rules say it cannot be a sequel. It
has to be new.
Yeah, it has to be. Tim know the fan. I see your Twitter timeline, Tim. I see it. Right? These are what they tell me. So again, does it have to be first for me? I just want it there. That's my overall for the thing. But I would like, this is just me, selfish, if they could show something new that we didn't necessarily expect, a new IP, and it just looks good, just to say, okay, you know what? You came in here thinking you just going to get, Big Mac, large fries, and a Coke. No, you're getting this right here. We got McRib. we got all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to show the plethora, the diversity that, this is a new day. Again, but if they show it, I'm not mad. Don't get it twisted. I honestly, though, this for my man Attic, I know he's not talking. He on voice strike right now. But for for him, I would love them to show Fable, because he's waited so long for it. You know what I'm saying? And just to show that it exists, it's there. That would be a good look. That's what I think. I heard you chirping, Ghost, and I'll give it back to you. I heard you chirping for a minute, and then we get the super chat. Y'all good?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No, I was good. I just wanted the clarification of like when you say new, we're talking new IP, and let's give due credit to Sony when they gave studios like Guerrilla and Insomniac chances to make something new, and we know Microsoft's all about letting the creators, the developers, make what they want to make. Right. So I'm excited for what we don't know, way more than what we do, and I think that's kind of the same point you're trying to make there with that.
That excites, because I love, Tim knows this, man. Tim, we've been around the block, and there's nothing that hurts more than that week of, and you kind of know what it's been leaked. Right? I think this is the first show where we could honestly say, like, we got some feelers here and there.
Right.
But we don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And I love that. Go ahead, Tim.
And I think one of the things that happens is, and this year sucked. Yeah. You know what? It's been horrible. Absolutely. But the ability for them to have COVID means that, guess what? They don't have I remember the one in 2016 where they did their pre-show, and a security guy called up somebody and said the whole show. So like, usually there's rehearsals and there's things that they have to do. So it's very hard to keep the leaks, especially like the last 2 days. Right. Now in the COVID world, we're out of the loop. So I think the potential for there to surprise us is there, and one of the things that and we're gonna, like I said, and I know it's the next subject. What he said about Japanese support, I didn't think that came out of nowhere. So they might have something there too.
Absolutely. Yo, let's get the chat. We missed a bunch. I got a regulator. What we got?
We're at Sin Vendetta.
All right, let's go.
$2 super chat. Just don't start with a current gen game. Yeah, that's
or past gen game like Gran Turismo 5.
Oh damn! Shots. What else we got?
Okay, hold on. It's about to jump me real quick. It's gonna jump me.
It's got Daddy, I believe.
I got regular.
Fred. No, we got Fred.
It jumped me.
Fred music. I would prefer Splinter Cell over Perfect Dark.
Okay.
Jonathan B. All right. We have enabled this for far too long. Addict's World must be destroyed.
Oh my God. Jesus, continue.
And we have Viper XT with the $5 Canadian super chat. Halo to start, Fable to finish, or vice versa works for me. But how would you like it if they finished off with a surprise Splinter Cell exclusive?
Yeah, hold on, but Tim, you got your Batman mic on. You got.
I was just about to text him.
Good. What else we got?
The Darth Vader.
It jumped me crazy. I
got regulated. I don't know if we got him with the $2 super chat. We can't forget the pre-show. What will they show? I have that.
No. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. It jumped me.
We apologize, Lord. We didn't realize it was so many. Just catch up with me.
They were a lot. Yeah. Okay, so it did jump me. So we have regulator 941. We have to outshow Sony's best, which is Bugsnax. Messy. Then we have Wilmy with the $25 super chat. Phil is going to come out with an ILP hat and a Batman cape.
Yo, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If he comes out with an ILP hat, I'll probably pass out on air. You will probably see me just fall out complete on air.
Pass out, no doubt.
Yeah, I will pass out. I will be upset. But if it's the one that we gave him, if he comes out with the shirt we gave him, not the Teespring joint, I want him with the Phil Dominus in the back. If he comes out with Lord Dominus on his back, I would pass out.
Close good.
Then we get Wilmy with the $10 super chat. Can I get an amen?
King was preaching. He was preaching.
Then we have Wilmy again with the $20 super chat. Verily King says unto thee. Stay butter on the back of them knees. and remember this Lord's Day and keep it in the book of Acts.
The book of Acts, no doubt. I feel you. You got the holy word today, Wilmy.
The apostle Wilmy. Okay, and we got Gaming Forte with the $5 super chat. Break up the trailer's opening cinematic over the course of the show. I guess it means Halo. Put 5 to 10 second clips between the announcements of other games, then end with Halo. That's another thing they could do. They could start off with Halo and leave you and give you like a cliffhanger and finish it out, finish the show out with it. That's something that can be done. Then we have Six Slayer with the $2 super chat. Amen, King David. Respectfully, I disagree, Addict.
Fair enough. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
We have Cat Daddy with the $5 super chat. Silenced Addict. End the impression. No justice, peace. Let the young wolf speak.
We try to get the young wolf in there. He's actually, in real talk, he's having mic issues. He messaged me. It did feel like he was leaving abruptly, but he's having mic issues.
Then we have Pixel Bitch. Please leave known games for Jeff's pre-show. Yes,
I agree. Oh, Addict with the super chat. Silenced Addict. Let me get this. $5 super chat. I disagree with all you. Let's just end the show with Lucky Tales 2. That'd be lit. Let's go. Yo, he's so messy right now. He hates the fact that he's super chatted that. Oh my God, he's hilarious.
Then we got Seafood Poetic X Initiative with the $2 super chat. Please, no bleeding edge cell phone leaks.
Yes, please.
Oh, that was bad.
That was bad. Yeah. Are we all caught up?
We're caught up. I don't know what we missed in the middle because
sorry guys. We jumped a lot. It's a hot one.
We'll take care of it next week. I know Attic is gonna run through the run of show and
he'll
be stupid.
We'll be stupid. Attic is canceled. Yo, he's savage. I love them. Yo, they messy, man. Look, let's get to it now. This is the big one. Obviously the show itself. And obviously, the marketing is here. We've heard from Greenie. Greenie has said,
Greenie has been subdued.
Well, shout out to Phil for telling him to step his camera up. But he actually put out some stuff, and it really surprised me. The first thing was like, look, just want to say, as he's seen wild expectations, he said that this show has one focus: games, no business, devices, or similar news. Just 1 hour long focused on games. So the tone has been set. And like Tim said, he's also said, pay attention to the pre-show. Let's get into these predictions all the way now, man. Let's do it. Like, what do we need? Let's get the OG, man. Like, what do we need for this to be great? What is your predictions of this thing, man?
Well, I think what we need, honestly, is first of all, they need to show Halo and needs to show well.
Yes.
I think we discussed that. I'm just gonna
And it
open
doesn't
the
need to
door.
be last.
He's back.
Oh man.
It's working, everybody.
So listen. So I think that we all want Fable, right? So that has to be there. I think that it's time. I remember last year when it wasn't shown, a lot of people were upset.
Yes.
A lot of people were upset with Phil, and I like when we were talking about when King was over there and the line was going. I was talking to Phil at that time. I had waited on the line, and at that point I was with Phil for a while, and like there were like people wanted us chop Fable. What happened to Fable? And Phil took a lot of heat for that. I think that we're gonna get Fable. I think the time is here. So that's 2. We got Halo, Fable. Now here's the big thing. They're not going to show Initiative, supposedly. I think that they were originally. I think that if that's the case, you got to show another AAA, whether it's a new IP, whether it's Obsidian. I'm hoping that they show. I think if they show Obsidian AAA, the RPG that's been long rumored, long talked about, then you're at the point where you're at now. 3 big AAAs, and then the rest of the show you're going to have Forza. You're going to have Hellblade 2, which is, at the point when you're burying Hellblade 2 gameplay, if that's what they're going to show, that's a very good show. Listen, I know people want them to show everything.
Right.
But I don't think that they're going to show everything just because I know how Phil is. I know how Sony, we all agreed Sony had the show, a great show, whatever. I gave it an 8. I think some people wanted more. Yeah. But that's just the way we are as gamers. Now, if we go into the predictions of that show, people were like,
"Oh yeah,
God of War."
I mean, God of War.
Yes.
7 deals with AAA, Square Enix.
Yes.
Write it down. Obviously, listen, it's a business. And I think that you have to listen. They have a lot of games. You might get you might get Double Fine games, but I think it's the trifecta. The thing is that for me, it's a trifecta of AAAs, and I think Halo's 1, and I think Fable's 2 because it's been long awaited. You don't really have to show that much, and then I think the new IP that everyone's wanting. If Obsidian can deliver that and they can show that IP. I think from there it's just gravy because you're going to get Forza, you're going to get Hellblade 2. At that point you're at 5 AAAs, and you know that they still got a lot left in the tank. They got Initiative, they got an In Exile who's building a AAA. Right. Now as far as the acquisition,
how much time, Tim? Because you're talking about the AAAs, and I agree with you. But how much time do they spend on stuff that we know about, like Wasteland or Grounded, or their double or single A games within their AAA studios? Because we know they have multiple teams. Do they spend any time on those?
Very good question. I'm thinking if what we want, I think that we would get minimal time on them. Even though, I think a lot of people want the big stuff. Right. So if they can deliver like you said, if 10 minutes is a big chunk. So if they get 10 minutes of Halo, 5 minutes of Fable, 5 minutes of Obsidian, then we're at 20 minutes. Then you're gonna obviously have Forza. Say that's 7 minutes because they're gonna come in and they're gonna talk. They're gonna talk about how
the ray tracing, real ray tracing,
what they're doing because they're rehauling the engine, whatever. Like
not the checkerboard stuff.
They're making it sim. They're making it real simulator. And then like 3 minutes of an interview, like Phil's going to talk. You're at 30 minutes. At that point, when we say it's an hour, like if you think about it, an hour is a lot of time if you're not going. You don't have people walking in on stage, and
a lot of time without any announcements. They're specifically saying just games, no announcement. That surprised me because to be real, let's be real. Like the XCloud joint could have kind of jumped on this stage, and that would have been a big announcement. Those are things they normally do. So I thought that was a big deal. Continue, Tim.
And so I think they're gonna hit home. I'm hoping for a show that makes us all happy because Last year, as you know, I think I had a bad year. Just it was a bad E3 for me. I went out drinking the night before. You know, it was a great night.
We were all there.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it was a great night, and I loved being with the fans. But the next day it really took a toll on me. Because I'm older and whatever. There was no food there. I was drinking coffee.
Salute to the no food. I heard.
Tell him.
But you know, the fact is that I was very grateful for everything, though. But I think that like I wanted like last year. It was like one of those feelings. Like I left, and I'm like, you know what? I want to come back, and I want them to kick ass. So I think this is their time. Obviously, we're not in the position where we're all there, where we can celebrate it together. I know. But I think that I think they could do it. I really do, and I'm hoping they do it. If they don't do it, listen. I think that there's going to be a large group of people that are looking to critique the show, and a large people that are going to come out and say, "Oh, it sucked. You got no new IPs or whatever that narrative is." But you know what? I think a lot of people are opening their eyes to these people saying, you know, about these narratives that just keep coming up and propping up against Xbox. But then again, like, if you really want to be about narratives, then we could shoot it right back at you about 30 frames per second, and you know all
1440p.
Or that stuff. And, you know, I don't really want... Listen, I get it that I'm that guy that pushes that button. Yeah. I really just wish we could all be cool. Yeah. But I just see what goes that on.
Smoke.
Maybe it's just... It is, but I'm not going to, like, get people... When people are going to... You know, it's not really console warring. I just think it's, like... People like to just, like, you know, go in on Xbox and get on them on every little thing. But then, like... You know, you talk about a 7-second loading time on the thing. Well, regardless, there could be some story to that. Right. But like,
the story is that SSD ain't all that good.
But it's like hush hush.
Let him get his bars off, King.
Yeah.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad at me. Your mic work now.
My mic has worked this whole time. I'm boycott. Okay?
No, but I mean, I wish it wasn't like that. But it is like that.
Yo, Tim, I like it like that. All you Twitter do, I shut all of you up. All you little fake Sony bosses, they're just subpar gaming. First of all,
fake CEOs.
Yeah, fake CEOs. He's sitting there telling you how to run the show. Listen, I'm so happy that you guys are scared of my time. Y'all afraid of my timeline. And I love it because I put you all in the bushes. Y'all all stood up, and one by one, I cracked your forehead square open. So now, you know, you even got the one general who can't say anything because he don't have a pro. So, oops.
Oh, my God. Y'all be a messy. Continue to finish up.
No, but I honestly, like, I just think they got to hit it. They got to really show, like, if they show, let's just say they show Fable, they show Halo, it looks good. And they show a completely new IP, like you said. It can, even if it doesn't mean that they didn't show Fable, which we haven't seen in 7 years, or Perfect Dark, which has been 15 years old, and it's just we're using the same character, and it's called Joanna Dark, but that's still not a new IP according to these people. Let's just say it's just they're gonna have Everwild's gonna be. I heard Everwild looks very good. Yeah. So I hope we get some information. I think the game's overlooked. You know, a lot of people just say, "Oh, well, it's cartoony and this and that," but that game looks beautiful. That game.
I want Call of the Deep.
You know,
Call of the Sea.
Yeah, Call of the Sea.
Call of the Sea. Yeah.
I think, like Luke was asking, you're gonna see maybe those games that are real. Like usually, if they're traditional, they do a 5-minute reel of games that are coming, bop, bop, bop. These, you know, here and that. But I don't think they're going to do any lengthy talks about them. Even though Grounded, to be honest, I think is a really good game. But you know, if they have that and they get those 3 and they show like 5 AAAs and they show gameplay of 2 of them, and you know that they got, you know, Initiative AAA in the bank, and then they got In Exile AAA in the bank. Really, you know, as an Xbox fan, you got to be happy because there's going to be a ton of information that day. Like I said, you're going to have to tune in at 11 o'clock because they're going to have a ton of information. Yeah. And some of the information, like people said, like people like Tim, why would they wait? Why wouldn't they just wait a week and put this XCloud stuff there? And you know, they got a point, but the thing is that they have so much stuff. Yes. And that's including like the stuff that they have in August. That, you know, in the next month and a half, this is going to be a really good time if you like that stuff. And then when these consoles come out, really with Series X, just, you know, even the stuff that's going on Twitter, I could tell you one thing. They made Xbox, they waited for full RDNA 2. They waited. Okay, that's why they were behind. It's because they waited. They wanted VRS, and they wanted machine learning built into it, so they could have machine learning for the backwards compatibility. They waited, so they locked in their hardware as the latest possible that they can get to get the full feature set. I mean, you're talking about a console that's gonna be amazing. So all it needs is a good show. We all know the console they delivered on the hardware. All it needs is a good show.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be getting out of here, but it was a pleasure to be here.
Bro, it's always a pleasure,
my
brother.
My dogs are here that's barking, but really, let's just hope that they do it. Because if I don't really want to be here, and I'm going to be painful if they don't do it.
It's going to be spooky if they don't.
We're gonna fall out on it. So.
Absolutely, brother.
Right,
enjoy your
guys.
day. Thank you for pulling up, Tim. Always a
Thank you.
pleasure, brother.
Catch you later,
See you,
bro.
Tim.
Thanks for showing
You
up,
guys are
Tim.
great. Great show.
Remember, that food is on you next.
Thanks for showing up, Tim. Sorry I missed half the podcast, but thanks for showing up.
It's all good, brother.
But I'm boycotting the rest, so I'll talk to you guys.
Let's get the Ames, your arch nemesis. Oh, yo.
What? How'd that happen?
Let's get these.
Let's get the super chat before. Yeah, you're right.
We got DJ Hero with the $5 super chat. First time being able to check live. Thank you, Iron Lord, for the laughs and the facts.
Absolutely.
Hashtag take them knees. Thursday can't come soon enough.
Let's go.
Then where are we? I think we got jumped here.
What else we got? What else we got?
Okay, then we have Fred Music.
Yes.
$2 super chat. PS5 fans gonna be butthurt with PC releases. Wow.
Savage.
Jean-Marc Louis with the $2 super chat. Ainsley is the initiative working multiple games.
Ainsley's the
I'll get my own super chats on your show.
You're a lord in the realm, baby. You're a lord out here.
So Initiative, from what I know, is working on multiple projects. But
hold on, could
are,
you repeat that sentence? Because I had this little part of contention with Adam. A studio's able to work on multiple projects. I didn't know this.
That's not the
I was
whole argument.
told.
Don't let this
I
man
was
lie to
told.
you.
No, your mic.
No,
remember your mic.
that's not the whole argument. That's not the whole argument. Don't let this man lie to you. But I'm going back.
No, I'm just so amazed. I didn't know that was possible. Continue.
I don't even know the history of this, but it's still funny. Yeah, all I know is that, yes, they're working on multiple projects. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with how close to the chest they've kept what Initiative is working on. They've kept it locked down. So, and with the talent that studio has, man,
absolutely,
they're going to be impressive. So
up?
that's all I know.
Okay. So we finished up, or we got to get finished?
Yeah, we're finished up.
Okay, so back to Ace. So Ace, look, man, this is it. The big one. The pressure's on. All the chips, on the table. Like, what do you need, man? What do you need, and what's your predictions for this show?
Yeah, so funny enough, I think Tim touched on a lot of it, what I'm thinking. So as you guys already said, you covered a lot of it. So it's an hour, all games. One thing people need to keep in check is, right, it can't be AAA for an hour.
Right.
Just like we saw with PlayStation, you're probably going to have this kind of entry, your exit, and then you got the kind of meat in the middle. That's some other kind of stuff, I think you definitely, we already talked about Halo. We already talked, I think you're definitely getting Fable. I think they end, I didn't talk about what I think they end on. I actually don't think they end on Halo. I actually think they end with a tease for Obsidian's RPG, which is what Tim touched on too, because that's some people don't know, right? Obsidian's got 3 teams, so they're doing Grounded. It's a real small team. The mid team did Outer Worlds, right? Which I loved. I don't know about you guys.
Again, wow. How do these studios do this? Continue.
It's crazy. It's almost like they could have multiple teams. But Obsidian has talent for days, right? And their top tier team is the team that was building the Skyrim, kind of next gen fantasy RPG, which is why, what we've heard anyway, is why Xbox bought them, right? So anyway, I think they're going to end with a tease of that. I think they end with a tease of something new, like we were talking about, new IP, right? To basically say, what the hell was that?
Right.
We haven't seen that before. It's on Xbox. Got to have it. I don't know about Perfect Dark. The argument you guys were talking about with this whole it's not a new IP, that's such a stupid argument to me too.
You gotta listen to the fanboys. That's what the fanboys tell you.
Go figure, right? It's but I mean, Joanna Dark, look at something like Tomb Raider, even, or Aloy, right? Joanna Dark has the potential to be that kind of we don't see mascots nowadays too much, right? But that mascot style character that you can create a AAA game around in the vein of something like Splinter Cell, right? And bring that as an exclusive, obviously, with the talent you have in XGS. Whether or not we see anything on Perfect Dark this show, I don't really know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Okay. But you got Hellblade 2, right? And then I think, like I said, Tim touched on most of these, but I think that the middle, some of the other things you're going to get are going to Saab's point about A and AA stuff, but stuff that we haven't seen or we've been waiting to see. A good example for me would be Cuphead's expansion. We've been waiting on the last course for a while. Cuphead has a big audience, man. It really does. And so I think you start to see some things like that in the middle of the show, kind of interspersed, right? So anyway, I think the big kind of end caps we were talking about, like this, the bookshelf. If you're end capping, you've got Halo somewhere in there. Like I said, I honestly don't think it matters because Halo's going to be. It'll take over the focal point when it's on. No doubt. You got Fable there somewhere, beginning end. I think you get Obsidian RPG. You've got Hellblade. Probably see Forza, I would expect, right? Although we're hearing that Forza is actually not going to launch, right? We're hearing that Forza is going to be 2021. So I don't know if Forza would actually be there or not. And the Initiative game, a tease from Initiative has gone back and forth as well. Now, I was in the no camp because that's what we were hearing until the Matt Booty interview last week when he said, I don't want to say too much because we've got our showcase next week when he was talking about Initiative. So now I don't know again.
Are they back in play? Is Initiative back
in play? Exactly. So I don't really know, but I think, like I said, I think Tim kind of hit it. You're gonna have you've got your pillar AAA franchises, right? Which we've talked about, but then I think you're going to see things like the Cuphead piece and some other kind of AA stuff interspersed. The one thing I don't think we're going to see, but I'm really curious about, and I keep telling people about this, is keep an eye on Compulsion. Compulsion is a studio that is going to surprise people. I'm telling you.
Ainsley in my bag. Go ahead, baby.
Because their next project is, from what we know about it, is horror-esque, not a horror game, but dark, right? And if you think about the potential for that type of market with the talent that Compulsion has and has added, Compulsion's going to surprise some people. So I'm just excited. I always talk about Compulsion and what they're going to do next, but keep an eye for them.
Absolutely. We had them on the
that's where I'm at on the show.
We've had them in the realm. We were told, definitely new IP, possibly in that realm over the third person, possibly get that joint going. But let's get the Ghost, man. I need the young gunner. Young Gunner's in here, man. So look, man.
Young.
Let's get the young gunner out of all of us.
Hey, enjoy it. Don't argue with it. Enjoy
fight it, brother.
I'm not fighting it. It's just I don't get that moniker off. I look like I'm 12.
He said when he's in front of his students, he's the old guy.
That's right.
Here, you the young buck.
Come on, Xbox kids, man. What we need? What you need, man? Like what are you predicting with this thing, man?
So a lot of predictions, but a lot of them based on logic, and then there's always that hype side. So you got like two camps of thought right there, right? I think you get the sizzle reel early. To Aaron Greenberg's point, appropriate expectations, where we are going to see games, but they got a system to sell. So you sizzle reel the games that are already out at some point. You show Gears 5, you show the stuff that's already here, and Ori, and what the Series X will do to those games. Because visually, they've already got some massively powerful visual powerhouses on this system, right? The Series X will make those look better. They just will. Right. And so you sizzle reel that stuff. I think you're going to have some AAA bangers in there. You got your Fables. You'll probably have a Perfect Dark, your Hellblade 2, but you have to foot off the pedal at some point. That's what Ains was saying and whatnot. And King, I don't know if you were joking or not, but when you talk about Call of the Sea, that's the exact game you show after a big AAA spot.
Oh, yes.
You don't want to defeat them, right? And so you see, I think we see Fable. I think you see some Perfect Dark. You get extensive Halo. You you see games that are 1 to 3 years out. We talk about Phil holding stuff back. Yes, you do hold stuff back. Don't make us look past 3 years. You got 15 studios that probably have multiple teams playing inside of them.
I said that. I throw that shot. That's a nice shot, sir. I like that.
I mean, like, we already know that what is it? Ninja Theory is working on 3 things: Project Insight, Mara, and Hellblade. So show your 1 to 3 year vision. Why we need to buy into Xbox now.
Preach.
Why we can stick with Xbox later. We already. That's the key there. We know we're gonna be here for 1 to 3 years, and their services are gonna deliver it on whatever platform you get. It's as simple as that. I think you're gonna see some Cyberpunk talk. I will say that they have not done a good enough job celebrating Rare's legacy. Rare Replay was the GOAT when it came out. A lot of IP in there. But that was what piloted backward compatibility, truth be told, which is neat. But I mean, King and I played it together. Battletoads, Stealth Drop on the day. If you know, Stealth Drop on the day. They need a new banjo. They need a new banjo.
Preach.
See that, Rare.
Get him, Ace. Banjo.
Let's go, banjo.
Okay.
I don't want to hear anyone saying we don't need banjo. You can bring banjo.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves is a great game. Rare really.
You were doing so well, Ghost. You were doing so well. Damn.
No, I'm with. Stick with me, Cod. Because like we talked about with the PC talk, right? Like they stuck with stuff that could have failed. Master Chief Collection was abysmal. Sea of Thieves did not launch well. They turned those properties around.
Yes.
Rare's primary team is Sea of Thieves, but new Banjo, maybe are they consulting? They've got a lot of Rare IP. There's a lot of places to go. Okay. And so that's what I want to see them do. And I'm looking at my notes. We know that NetherRealm has got a lot going on right now. And with the WB, AT&T stuff complicates it. We also know that NetherRealm is making a game that's not a fighting game. Rules out Killer Instinct if they're acquired, you know, for the people that are hot pie in the sky. NetherRealm's making something that's not a fighting game. Do we see a Splinter Cell title? We know that Ubisoft Forward has a second show coming up in a few months. Do they put it on Xbox stage and say we'll see you in August? Do they do that for WB stuff, Batman? Do they do that for Splinter Cell? And I'm throwing these out there because you have to have tempered expectations. The stuff we know, the stuff we think we know, Fable, Perfect Dark, and then you put pie in the sky stuff for excitement. Register where you are on your charts and acknowledge some stuff's not realistic. They're not going to come out and say we bought WB, deal's done, because that's fresh. But if they could tease something, there's no reason to say Batman wasn't going to be shown on their stage or Splinter Cell wasn't going to be shown. So balance that. And the big wild card in all of this, and the reason it fluctuates so much, is COVID-19. It's changed every plan, and everybody gets a pass. Everybody gets a pass. Things have changed. We don't know that stuff. We're doing reflection. He did. Phil gets it. He gets it. He's a businessman. He's a gamer that's a businessman. No doubt. He doesn't have to be my best friend. He's got to sell me games, and that's how you do it. 1 to 3 years, lots of stuff. And then my fun one. I really think Halo is going to show up on Saturday, November 7th. 11/7, 117.
Oh, we're going. Hot take. Hot take coming in hot. You see the bars that boy dropped?
I like that. I
like that. 117 with the connect. Oh, okay. I see you. I see you, Ghost. Young Gunner. All right. Okay.
Oh, what? Real quick. One thing I forgot to mention is third party, right? Everyone, it's not it's an Xbox Game Showcase, not Xbox Game Studios Showcase. So they have the marketing deals. Keep in mind for Elden Ring, Cyberpunk. AC Valhalla and Star Wars Squadrons. They have the marketing deals for all 4 of those big games. So
good point. Very good point.
Be aware of that.
Good point. Addict, it is your time. You've been very patient.
I'm still in my boycotting.
I need you, bro. I need you. This is very important to you. You're very passionate about this.
I can talk now?
Yes,
I can talk
you
now?
can
No, everyone else got their bars off. Is everyone sure?
No, I didn't get my bars off. You know, I'm Barry Bonds, so I come in and I set it up, tee it up for me.
I'm putting the globe in this Addict's world now. Addict, this is very important to your
King,
heart.
I want you to get your bars off.
Nah, brother, you don't get.
I don't know, King.
You can't switch. You can't switch the position of the hitters. You know, understand? Alex Rodriguez, go first.
Idiot. What do you need, man? This is the big one. What do you need?
Yeah, you show me a good reputation of Halo. You show me Fable. I'd really appreciate if Banjo was there. I love Banjo.
Nice.
I think the only people that I would say would be making that, I feel like Double Fine might make that game. I don't know why, but I feel like Double Fine could actually make a Banjo because I don't think Rare making it.
No.
Like not even remotely. I think Rare's making that.
Agree.
I don't think the initiative is going to be there.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to see much. We'll see something related to Hellblade, but I don't think it's going to be a lot because they showed that at the launch.
Right.
And I think that that if they end with anything, it's neither going to be Fable or Obsidian's new IP.
Okay. No doubt. So that's so the main thing though. Like I know we talked with you with the significance of Fable and Halo, right? So for you and the success, you need both. Can we had that little thing like can one be good and the other one be average or whatever. Like where you at with the relationship?
No, they both have to be good.
They have to be good.
Like I'm at this point where it's just like it's show up or go home. I'm not to the mindset that a lot of people have. Like I'm not tempering my expectations. I'm not doing none of that. Like it's neither you blow me away, you blow my socks off, or you could go home.
Can I jump in? I'm with Addict on that. I agree.
I don't know. You get your bars off there. Go get your bars off, man. I don't want to interrupt you.
I agree because I do speak to the idea of tempered expectations. Similarly, this is Xbox's moment. They had the Matrix era, and Spencer's been building for this. They need to bring it, and that is not a fanboy mindset. They need to bring it because they've had years where it was slow. They had games that we liked, or some people liked, some people didn't. They've not had the God of Wars. They haven't had The Last of Us. They haven't had Ghost, where these are like, this is a game of the year right now. Is it how good? How good?
I would. You can leave Ghost out.
The pressure is on.
To be honest with you, Ghost, like, if you're not going to be excited about this particular event, what else should you be excited about? Like, it's at the point where, like, this is it. Like there's no E3 after this. Like there's none of that. Like this is it. Like,
and they put that pressure on themselves, and I think they're ready for it. They put the pressure on themselves, and they are ready for it. They know these are this is a different Microsoft than 5, 6, 7 years ago. Their ears to the ground. They get it. And if you don't think that they're not aware of the memes of Keeley and the controller, aware of the refrigerator, aware that Nintendo might do a direct tomorrow, if you don't think they know this and they're still gunning for it, they could have backed out, pulled an Amazon and a Stadia years ago. They didn't. They doubled down. This is their moment. So I wanted to jump in and support you on that idea.
I think we all agree, right?
I think that
I think we all agree that they have to show big.
Yes.
I don't think this is one of those things where, you know, obviously they can hold some things back. And when I say some, I mean very none. I think this is just one of those things. It's like, look, like, there's a huge audience. You know, a lot of people like to take away from the narrative to these influencers and stuff. That's one of the reasons they lost this generation, because it was the price difference and because every influencer hated their guts. and you know, you could say what you want, the Angry Joes, the big influencers, they got a massive audience. And when you lose them, you lose their fans. Right. And when you lose their fans, well, that's because of the messaging. Right. It was everything. Right. It was just like, look, like there's very few brands that could have survived what happened in 2013.
That is a fact.
Very few.
That is a fact.
Very good point.
They got hit from every corner. It reminds me of like the 300 scene where they knew they were done and they barely, like, they had to send the survivors, man. They're like, look, we dead. You got to leave. Go tell our story. Like,
I feel that.
This is the time to come out, man. Like, you know, I don't want to hear we're going to show Fable next year. No, none of that. None of that stuff. It's like you show it now because first off, it's like one of the worst kept secrets. You might as well show it.
Right.
I need them to show up and to hit run. I need them to give Cognito his little one and done thing.
Yes, just what
I need Fable to look great. It can't look good. It needs to look great. I need Fable to be first and not last.
We know how you feel.
I need Fable to come out there. They don't have to show me gameplay on Fable because I do think that might be a little unrealistic. I would like a little.
Look at you being reasonable. Look at you. I
would like for them to show me like a snippet of like a story trailer that might show what the world's gonna look like.
Right.
They need to show Hellblade. They need to show stuff.
Are you cool, being that you're the Fable connoisseur, are you cool with a vertical slice?
Yes, I would be okay with a vertical slice as long as it is actually representative in the game.
Okay, because you know how the gameplay lords are very upset. They like gameplay. They don't get no game. I want to make sure.
He's a gameplay lord.
I would like for I would like for Obsidian's game to shine. Now, I do think Obsidian game needs a vertical slice because we need to see what form of gameplay that they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see nothing but like CGIs. Like okay. I'm a very against that. Now there are a couple exceptions. Obsidian and Fables are the only ones I'm giving an exception to. If Compulsion's there, it needs to have gameplay.
Got you.
Hellblade needs to have gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
It needs to have gameplay.
Wilmy hit him like.
if they're gonna show up with Hellblade and just show another CGI cutscene, because it's like you shouldn't have showed up at all with Hellblade. You're not gonna show another any gameplay. I mean, because they put it that way. Like this is literally the event you sell your next brand with. Like this isn't just some. This isn't like an E3 2015. Like this is it.
No more wait till next year. No more wait till next E3.
I don't want to wait till next week. This is it. No, people already tell me, well, that's in the August. No, I don't care about the August event. We in July.
I feel you, bro.
And they haven't had this much goodwill in like 8-9 years at this point because of the services, Smart Delivery, XCloud, Game Pass. They've got the momentum. They could either trip and fall, or they could plow through the wall and show everybody why they are GOAT.
No doubt. Solve. I need you to get these super chats, then you jump in.
We got Dan Rodriguez with the $5 super chat. Had to step away for a bit. Is Ain still babbling on about Halo?
Yes.
Super chat provided by SG and Mariano Pompa.
Hashtag
say no to
Banjo. Wow.
Oh my God.
The disrespect.
It's just in. It's going to be a 3-person show next week.
You might be looking for employment, sir. Lords of Gaming is hiring. Just let you know. Good,
perfect show with the $5 super chat. Xbox will deliver a hot show with multiple great games for everyone to get hyped about. That is the hope. I think we're good.
Nope. Will be hashed $5 super chat. Attic is still canceled.
Wow. Then we have Mariano Pompa with the $40 super chat.
Salute, brother.
Shout out to Lord Wilmy for helping me save money. Thank you, ILP, Season Gaming Beyond the Box, and others. Keep us informed and having fun through these crazy times. Appreciate what all of you guys do. Let's go.
Don't forget the Xbox expansion pass. InsipidGhost. Throw that up in there too. That's fine.
Thank you, buddy.
Audio, baby. Catch that on iTunes right now. You know what I'm saying? But we caught up with everything.
We got Neil Mental with the $5 super chat. No dead, Bo. You cut it out.
Savage.
And then we got R&B with the $2 super chat. No more banjo to the bushes with the kiddie game.
Hold on, R&B. We're gonna have to talk for a second. Like, I don't understand this mentality that people are against banjo.
Get them.
I don't get that. Like, just because you don't like it, don't mean other people ain't gonna like it. Like, I don't care about whatever the initiative is making nonsense as it is. Do you see me? I want, Cognito, I want them to dismantle all of the initiative. I don't care about their games. Like
gamers are inherently selfish. That's just what it is, man.
Look, man. Like at the end of the day, if it's not what you want, just don't watch the channel.
Savage.
Don't watch the trailer. Don't buy the game.
Hopefully Phil does not say that on stage. Continue.
Look what happened when they announced Banjo just being a character in Smash Brothers. Look what happened.
Shout out to Addict getting the soul of Don Magic and them.
Look, first off, I wasn't telling Phil Spencer to say that. Okay?
Yeah, I was like, I hope that ain't the marketing. You want to get soft?
Yeah, we have Philly Eagle, the $5 super chat. Xbox games are diverse. I have a feeling most of you AAA enthusiasts will be upset because it's not a AAA show. It's an Xbox game show. Just my opinion.
I do think that is realistic to say that. I would say that we know what the AAA is going to be pretty much. The Fables, the Halo, the Obsidian game. Don't expect every game to be a AAA title.
Right. No, not at all. Not at all. But it's like Cog says, I think just that one They
Yeah, no, I was. Hashtag just one.
just add to the pillars. And we have Gamers Play, this $5 super chat. After Thursday, everyone will know why there is no power greater than X. Hashtag Book of X.
Book of X, no doubt, no doubt. Soft, get your bars off, man. This is the big one, man. What do you need? Polarizing.
As like I said, I think in the pre-show we're gonna get a lot of the smaller stuff that you maybe don't want to stuff into the main show.
I think Gears Tactics getting announced there.
Yeah, I think that's where you say Gears Tactics coming to console at this day and date or whatever. I think you maybe shadow drop Battletoads and give it a nice chunk of time in the pre-show. Same thing. I've been waiting for 12 minutes forever. I would love to see that game shadow drop.
That's great.
Yeah, I love that game. And then beyond that, in the show proper, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think even if we get a tease from every single one of their 15 studios, we get a tease. I think this is when it comes to it's time to show.
To be honest with you, he's not wrong. Like, I do think you're gonna see 80% of their studios this Thursday.
It's not Xbox Game Studio, so
that's fine by me. But again,
but the thing is the event in May. They told this is that studio pretty much. Like that, will you go here to see our first party stuff? That's what Aaron Greenberg said. So
yeah, like I'm assuming at the very least the majority is going to be their stuff. The focus is going to be their stuff, right? The third party stuff Ains mentioned, I absolutely agree. You need to spotlight that stuff, right? Interspersed with, I think, and again, if you're talking about an hour, and like Tim said, like it's an hour without transitions. It's a straight up hour that's pre-recorded of information that you need to fill that up. So to me, you just tease whatever. Don't be afraid to tease something that's 4 years out. I don't care about that. Like PlayStation gets away with it all the time. Show me that you have confidence in what's coming down the pipeline, that you're not afraid to show it years out.
I feel that.
So when it comes to what's coming, like obviously Obsidian, whatever Obsidian's big AAA thing is besides the sequel to the Outer Worlds, I think it has to be spotlighted. The initiative stuff, whatever multiple stuff they're working on, give me a tease of everything and maybe a little bit more of what's closest in the pipeline, right? In Exile, again, this is a studio that's accustomed to being small and working on small CRPG type games. Right. Spotlight them in a way that shows whatever new they're doing is sort of a little bit of a departure for them in terms of size and scope, right? Get us excited about that. When it comes to Rare, I think Everwild is not being looked at the way it should be. Like anything, because of the way it looks as a cartoony game, people dismiss it immediately. But if you create a world that's as engaging as a Breath of the Wild, people are gonna look at your game. People are going to look at your game the same way we looked at that game during the PlayStation conference. Now I forget what it's called. I think they need to give us that sort of energy for Everwild.
I do think look at their games except for those 3 games. All they talked about was Gran Turismo, Alloy. 4 games: Gran Turismo, Alloy, and Miles and Ratchet and Clank. Right, and that was their focus.
Became a meme. And exactly, Bugsnax becomes a meme, and then the smaller stuff that when you see it, you're like, oh wow, that's cool. Why didn't they give us more on that? Right?
I didn't see that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything else that was. I didn't see anything else that was there because they don't have a Game Pass type of situation. I'm not spending no money on somebody's passion project. God bless. Good luck. I'm
not supporting somebody's passion project.
You think? Oh, okay. So you think during this day and age, I got $60 to throw on somebody's game that I don't know what's going on with?
To be fair, like Kings just say what all of us are thinking. Like, let's be real. When those were going on, did you think for 1 second, you know what, that looks good, let me buy that?
I rolled my
no one
eyes.
said anything.
What did we say? What did we say? Those games was going to happen with those games on the PlayStation platform is.
You know what's going to happen? Those games are going to eventually come to Xbox and day on Game Pass. That's what's going to happen.
That's what I'm playing.
But those games on the PlayStation platform, they're going to big them up until their AAAs are ready, and then they're going to throw them off to the side.
They're going to big them up for no reason because they don't buy games.
Savage.
Like you look at Turn 10 and Playground, obviously Playground, to me, if you were going to launch a system with a Forza game, I think I think Horizon is the better look because it's more of it's not a simulation game. It doesn't isolate sort of the user
time schedule is Motorsport.
Right.
Time.
Well, we just had 4, right? Horizon 4, so it doesn't make sense that they would be there. Motorsport, if Motorsport is a thing now, I hope that they evolve that formula from what it usually is. Because I mean, how many times are you going to see the Nürburgring like remade? Like, I would like the formula to be evolved and maybe do something with it that allows more players to be interested in it in a way that they are with Horizon, as opposed to like a simulation game is a straight up racing game, whereas Horizon is a driving game. It's about the scene, the scenarios. It's about how pretty the game looks. Then Compulsion, I agree with Ains completely. Compulsion has the ability to step into that sort of a studio that can make a Bioshock type game, right? They have the storytelling chops for it. It's a matter of putting the proper game around it, because as we saw with We Happy Few, what we expected from that game in the beginning wasn't what we got, right? We got kind of a survival type game, and
good story though.
The story around it was good, but if you didn't want to deal with the gameplay, you never stuck around to see that.
I call it diamond in the rough. It's pretty rough around the edges.
Absolutely. But I think what they can do storytelling wise is very, very interesting. I'm super interested to see what they do. Mojang, obviously you have Minecraft Dungeons, and we're going to see Minecraft ray traced and all that stuff on the Series X. And that's
someone keeps mentioning, is there something wrong with my mic?
No,
like,
you're good.
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Someone
good.
just
I saw
tweeted it.
He's fine. I think he's just joking. He's just joking with you. We just teasing.
So, I mean, again, Mojang is going to keep doing their thing. Double Fine is interesting because, again, I would love to see Banjo come back. And a Banjo by Double Fine. Well, because Double Fine's, I said, their comedic chops are on another level. So if you add that to Banjo, and again, to me, for Banjo coming back, it has to be a game that is made on par with the Mario games. Like, that is a level of
asking a lot, Sal.
I'm asking a lot, but if we go back, really, Banjo-Kazooie it came out after Super Mario 64. Obviously,
it's a better game.
It's a better game. It's a better game.
That's fact.
It is.
It's a better game. So to me, it can be done. You just need to put that work in it. You need to put that team there that has those chops. Ninja Theory, obviously, I don't think we see anything from Project Mara. I definitely want to see Hellblade gameplay. I think we need to see that. Like Attic said, if you come with another trailer, show me the game. Show me the game. And then Undead Labs, man. Like,
no one's talking about it. Yeah. But are they ready? Are they ready?
I don't know if they're ready, but again, tease me with this super in-depth, post-apocalyptic RPG that you've been wanting to make.
I think people are sleeping on Compulsion. Like, I really do.
I think.
Oh no, I see. That's when I was on my boycott phase. So right now I'm good.
Thank you for not listening to what we were saying.
No, I was listening. I just
boycotting voice and ears.
Yeah, man, I told you I was in the chat. I was a viewer at that time.
Yes.
Right now, I'm a podcast member, and I think people are sleeping on Compulsion.
We agree.
I wasn't eating pizza, thank you.
Continue,
but like I said,
with a smile.
It's a strawberry shortcake. Okay, it wasn't pizza.
I pretty much ran down every studio. I think it's time to tease everything. I don't care if it's 4 years out. Tease it. Let me know. Because PlayStation's been doing it forever.
Pour the money in the street.
Yeah, because you see, the thing is, like, King. I just have one thing to say. It's like, look, like, at the end of the day, I understand they're most likely not going to do that. They are going to leave a couple studios, probably the Initiative, and I think
still have a second show.
I think Exile's second game, they're definitely going to keep that close to the chest. But to me, it's just like, look, like, if you look at it from perspective, they have more to prove than they've ever.
Right, absolutely.
And I personally feel like, that's what Sony does, and clearly it's working good for them. Just shooting they load 5-6 years in advance.
But Xbox does not have the pedigree of IP right now that Sony has, the goodwill of the gamer, and that's just a truism. And the further out they go, they risk another Crackdown 3, State of Decay, Quantum Break situation. That's the only danger of going so far out and expectations mounting.
And I understand that. I understand that, but when you look at Sony's catalog, right? They announce games 4 or 5 years out.
They do. They give you a reason to buy in and stay.
99% of the time, those games come out, right? You have to have that same confidence in your studios. You have to have that same confidence in what you're bringing to the table. If you don't, it says something, right? It says something to somebody like me who pays attention to that stuff. I'm like, well,
I agree, Stav, but they put out Last Guardian, they put out that Kill Strain game, and then they closed a bunch of studios, but nobody remembers it because of the God of Wars and the Last of Us.
The thing is they need those games. Like the problem with Sony and Microsoft right now, the difference is Microsoft's only doing the negative stuff for the most part. Sony's actually putting out a lot more of the positive games this gen. Like if Microsoft would have had one game like on the quality of Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, I think it would be a lot easier on them. But the problem is they're not doing that. So not only do you see stuff getting shut down, you see games getting canceled. You're not seeing like the shift in balance.
So basically, what you're saying, it is allowed that goodwill. You know,
so they're like, look, this is how people see. Oh, that's cute. They close all these studios on Sony down. Apparently, it's not bothering them that much. They just released Ghost of Tsushima. They just released Last of Us 2. They're still having extremely quality games, and I think that's the issue that people have right now.
And that's you have to convince the consumer why am I coming to Xbox? Why am I coming to Xbox?
Because especially because of the last generation, right?
Right, I mean, exactly, especially because of the last generation. So you have you just have to drop everything. You have to show everything to some extent. I'm not saying give me gameplay for a game that's 5 years out. I'm telling me give me a logo and tell me that it's coming.
You want that PNG? You want that?
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. You keep that in the oven before you give me a PNG.
Hey, Metroid Prime 4.
I don't want that at all, man. Because I feel like a PNG.
That's a different thing than what I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying like see gameplay. And then I was like, Crackdown 3, we saw that concept.
No.
So I see what you're saying. I retract my
the thing about that Ghost is like, I honestly think at that time, all of Microsoft was trying to be too much. Like, oh, let's make the Crackdown game, man. Let's do these. But the thing is they still marketed the way they did.
Right.
They still
it was bad marketing.
Right.
Well, with Crackdown,
I think Crackdown's campaign was great. I loved it. It's just that multiplayer, man.
Yeah, I think with Crackdown, they were put between a rock and a hard place, right?
And I want to think that
if
you would have put a lot more work in the campaign, you would have you would have filled out those spots that needed to be filled out, and you just took that same world, you made it to the multiplayer and let them walk around blowing stuff up like in GTA 5. I think it would have worked out great for them. Like but the fact is they went out and they jumped out the window. Yo, we got a fully destructible world.
Yeah, but it was a story behind that. The technology I've heard changed.
Right.
There's a whole thing about it. Look, let's get super chat. We got to get kicked and then get kicked. $2 super chat. With all due respect, now is not the time for banjo. Wow. Okay. Then we got Wilby Hood, $5. Addict is no longer canceled. What's up? That's what's up. Then
Shout out to Wilby, man. He's paid almost $20 for me being canceled tonight.
And shout out to Infamous with the $2 super chat. Bring the bear and the bird back. No questions to it. Thank you very much.
No doubt. And what we got?
Gamers Play with the $5 super chat. Phil did mention strong focus on Japanese studio IPs. Can you say marketing rights for new Japanese games? Could be.
I don't think they're going to have a whole focus on the marketing right games. I think that if you see a huge focus on third party, it's going to be because some of these games are going to have some kind of relationship with Game Pass. Like you might see like new gameplay on hot games, but I think you're going to see more world premieres than just games that's already been announced.
Next super chat.
Viper with the $5 super chat. Porter Rock 77 out here on Twitter trying to say Microsoft is going to force Game Pass on players to be able to play online. That pony is trying hard.
Y'all should force a TCL away from him and force a pro on him.
Y'all messy. We not doing this. We not doing this. Moving along.
Then we have the $5 super chat from Seafood Poetic X Initiative. I may be the only person to feel this way, but I really want to see In Exile's next game. I think we're all excited for that.
No doubt.
Oh, we're all.
Beater 8127 $5. Why does Microsoft keep dumping for Jeff? They keep swooning, but he's going to keep giving that nookie to Sony. What?
Wow.
Savage.
It's that feeling that Jeff, like sometimes when it comes to Xbox stuff, he just doesn't look like he's excited. Like
he didn't look like he was excited with that controller either.
Yeah, that was suspect, man. That was really suspect.
Like he was forced to go to school.
Savage.
Then we got Gotham Guy with the $5 super chat. With having the most powerful console, there's no excuse for Microsoft to disappoint us again. I say release the hounds. Yes, sir. Show everything.
You know what, King? You know what that controller showed me one thing?
Breathalyzer?
People don't
play it
even
while you drunk.
People don't even need to buy a weapon no more, man. That thing's big enough to force drama in any situation out.
Okay. Let's not keep it. Let's keep it funny. I like the controller. Let's stop. Everybody think I'm bashing the controller.
That's too big.
I got big hands. I love that controller. Thank you, Sony.
It looks bulky. I had to get it in my hand before I really talk.
But I've always hated the PlayStation controller, and it's always been a barrier.
I get that.
For me
maybe
play.
because it's being bigger, like it'll feel like my thumbs don't touch.
Right, because right now your joints is like rubbing each other. Pause.
Yeah, definitely pause, man.
Yes,
pause.
Let's
But
get into this.
shout out to them having a series in it, and you with the breathalyzer right there, it will call the police on you. Be careful.
So what you need for this show, man? Come on, King.
All right. First, they already.
It doesn't really matter what he needs, man, because King is the ultimate spitter. Regardless of what the show is, King will make it sound lit.
Can I get my bars off, please?
Get your bars off. Look, man, I ain't interrupted you in like 30 minutes. It was down to half.
We're down to 30 IPS, 30 interrupts per second. Continue.
Yeah. So, first of all, shout out to them for doing what I felt that they should do. If their game's going to be in 60 frames per second, please show the show in 60 frames per second. Thank you. There was no reason for Sony to show their show in 60 frames, and none of the games is doing it. All right, so now let's get to what my expectations are and what I see. I don't hold back any expectations, and this is not going off of anything that was in my DMs or anything that people talk to me about on the side. Because truly, right about now, I'm going off of past history.
Right.
They have always shown the most games on stage. They have always shown the most world exclusive. We learn different lingo through Microsoft.
World premiere.
Like we like what?
Console launch exclusive.
It's crazy. So you learn different terms, legalities through Microsoft, and it's fantastic. But they also show you the most games. Their sizzle reels really be sizzle reels of 130 something games, while other people are showing like 3 games and looping it in the sizzle reel.
Shuts.
All right, so you're gonna have in the middle of the show, I believe you're gonna have 4 AAA games.
Okay.
4, because that's the way that you hold a show up. A show of this magnitude. If it's going to be E3-esque, it's going to be of this magnitude, right? So 4 games. We already know that it's going to be Halo, Fable. I'm not going to say Gears is not as one of those 4 games, because the other 2 needs to be AAA titles coming that we don't know about.
I'm liking this.
Right? They have to be something that we're like, oh, well, look here. Who's working on that? That's what it has to be, right? And you book them.
Now, let me ask you one question real quick, King. Would you consider like Fable one of those games, considering we might know about that, but the masses of people that don't keep up with the Twitter critics, they don't know stuff like that?
If you didn't just jump in right there.
Well, no, I was curious. I was just curious.
Literally. If you just ain't jump in right there, I was just about to tell you bookend them with Halo and Fable, like I said, starts off the show. Halo ends the show. And that's how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's going to be. But in the middle, you give those 2 games, but you have to bracket.
You want to do a bend the knee on what they open this up with?
I don't think you need to bend any knees, because your knees.
So do you want to do it? Like,
literally, your knees is back here.
Man,
what is the bend the knee about, Addict?
What they open the show with? He sounds confident.
Why are you talking?
Why don't you bend the knee?
Addict. Why?
Don't you
are
love this diversion? He don't want to do this bend the knee.
No, I want you to just earn your knees.
Just
back.
say yes or no.
You just selling credit knees.
Look, yes or no. Are you going to do a bend the knee?
No, you didn't
okay, then there you go. Continue.
There you go. You got your answer now. Continue.
Now go sit down and be quiet. We're not working with your credit knees. We want actual knees. I got your actual knees.
Look, man, at the end of the year, you're going to have no knees. So that's fine.
Continue, King.
Thank you. I do appreciate all this talking in my segment.
Yes, the interrupts per second are very high. Let's continue.
All right. So, like I said, you have Fable in the beginning, you have Halo at the end, you have the two games that we don't know about that's AAA titles that's bracketed, right? And bracketed, those are the ones that we don't know. So I'm not saying that Hellblade isn't a AAA title, but that game is in the middle. Right, and it's not those out of those two games that we don't know what they are. Right. So when you see what they're gonna bring across, they're gonna bring across diversity, right, across all genres. Right, Microsoft needs to have a ton of games going inside Game Pass. So when Sony was doing their show and they showed you games that you was like curious, right? I know every game that they showed on their screen is making their way into Game Pass, and they did this, and I saw it with Devil May Cry 5. Right. So this makes me watch the show differently than I will watch any other show. Right. You won't have any conversation of hardware. You won't have any conversation of services. You won't have any conversation of anything that people may be looking for. All right,
none of that's in this.
Yeah, that probably be in the pregame, and that probably be most likely will be in August. Now, I don't go with the philosophy that a lot of people are going with, saying that they gotta unload the bank, because there is a show in August from Sony. I heard on good authority.
Exclusive. World premiere.
No,
what we doing?
With all those stupid ass transitions, with all those stupid transitions that they did in that PlayStation show, you lost 3 games that I knew that was supposed to be there. And from what I heard, those 3 games are going to be shown in August.
Okay.
All right. So
you want to hold something back?
No, you're not. Okay. It's not going to hold back. If at this point in time you craft a whole show, Microsoft has enough stuff to craft a whole nother show. They did it in May. They did that crafting of the show in May with third-party support games. Right. That people was all upset about. I don't know why. All those games I'm be playing. So now you have the July show, which has the AAA titles, which going to have some third-party stuff in there, some deals that they have to contractually show on their big screen, which I don't want to see Cyberpunk again, but they're going to show it again. I don't want to see Assassin's Creed, but they're going to show it again because they are obligated to show these games in a good light on their stage because they have these contracts with them. Right. Fine, we will see this stuff, but we want to see the games that we don't know about. Right. So I think there's going to be 2 games from their studios that we don't know about. That's going to be AAA titles. Right. You're going to see Psychonauts 2. You're going to see that in there. You're going to see a lot of games. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to see. And just to bracket it off, started off with Fable, you ended off with Halo, and you ended off with a cliffhanger of Halo. You start off with the trailer, whatever, vertical slice the trailer, so you don't show the whole thing. You show the 10 minutes of gameplay and lead up to a scene with somebody like turning around the corner, some shock value, something that is in the game that makes you go, what the?
Yeah, the Aatrox with Locke's helmet.
Right, something. But they do something of that nature and leave it off at that, and they tell you, see you in November.
Okay, I'm feeling the vision.
But at the same time, right now, go download the playable beta, multiplayer beta of Halo Infinite. That is generational. This is the reason why you have the ability to be transparent with your consumers and saying that you're not going to be left behind. If you got a regular Xbox, you have an X, Go play right now.
Right there. Might be at 30 frames, but you can still play.
Go play right now. But when you get a Series X, it's going to be exponentially better. But you can join in the fun right now.
Yeah.
Give us your feedback. Tell us what you think about it. Same thing that Ghost said. I believe that they dropped Battletoads because everybody's looking. Where's Battletoads? Where's Battletoads? For some people that don't want to see Battletoads, everybody keeps asking for it, right? Game Pass, it drops. And as far as Banjo-Kazooie, I am a huge fan of it. I am a huge fan of that world. I don't really like the but I understood why they did it and they kept it going. So I think they're going to expand on that universe. Who's to say? Who's to say? And everybody keeps trying to pass the game on from Rare. Who's to say since Sea of Thieves isn't as profitable and as played by millions.
That is, there's millions playing.
Millions. Like I said, and that's how I got other knees. Who's to say that they don't have a skeleton crew?
At that time, the game wasn't successful.
At the time I said it, it was so, and you was proven wrong.
No,
Again,
it wasn't, sir.
I'm going to need you to jump out of my segment.
You're stupid.
I'm gonna need you to stop saying crazy stuff for 500, please.
I need to shut you up.
That's stupid.
No. Anyway, who's to say they don't have a skeleton crew running that part right there and just making sure everything is good, tightening up because it doesn't have no super DLC coming right now. So let's just keep that tightened up. Who's to say they wasn't secretly working on a Banjo-Kazooie game of the magnitude that a Series X needs?
It's possible. It's possible. Let me jump in if you got your balls because
I'm done.
Look,
because your addict gonna jump back in a second.
The IPSI. But look, man,
can't take a shot at me, King, and then expect me not to say something. Just saying.
We know how you play.
Shut up.
We know how you play. Listen, let's get to it, man. This is the big one. This is it. I'm with Solve. There's no more to tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't want to hear. Wait till August.
I don't want to hear about we shot half of the shotgun and we saving this one for the. Listen,
it's like Dylan said. It's time to start.
Time to start. What he says. Time to start shooting, Cognito. That's where I'm at. I'm no more this waiting. Ain't no tempering expectations here. I'm expecting a lot. This is the generation. You lost the generation you shouldn't have lost last year, in my opinion, with bonehead marketing and messaging, and you were more expensive, right? Everything you have done to this point has been to turn around a narrative that, let's be real, I think it was King that said it or Soft said it, most people would not have survived. The way they started the gen with the Xbox One, it's a tremendous turnaround for them to still be here and be successful. So I got to give credit to that. However, you've got to win a whole set of gamers that left you from the 360, right, and went to the PlayStation 4. So the first thing, we know what the price, we know what the power, we see what the potential, like King said, the two-pronged attack, whether it be Lockhart and then in Series X. We're seeing with the services, we're seeing with all access, right? We're seeing this multifaceted approach to get a larger group of gamers, right? Which sounds great. Now the key is this. This is the games time. The biggest meme, like King says, Xbox has no games. That's the meme. They pay attention. Phil is outside. He's been listening to all these narratives that everyone has thrown in front of him. And to King's point, he's done a masterful job of trying to attack each one. This is the big one, though. So they got to deliver. I'm with Sav in the sense that I want to see what Composure's doing, like Ainsley saying. I want to see a lot of these studios that have been kind of called, what's Coalition doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, just, again, maybe, do we get full gameplay from a lot of these things? I don't know. But it would be cool to have some idea of the future. And that is what Sony does well. They give their base hope. So even if you don't have it right now, they know Horizon Zero 2 is coming, Dawn 2 coming, right? They know.
Can I ask you a question, Cog? Just real quick.
Let's get to it.
They give you hope because they have nothing now, right?
Okay.
Is that the case? Is that the case? Selling dreams.
I feel where you at.
Because you have nothing to offer at the moment. That's like telling a girl you promise her to give her a ring next year when your finances fixes, opposed to the dude that has his finances fixed right now.
But are most people that aren't us buying a new Xbox for what's out now?
Right.
That's the question, and that's the promise that Sony always gives you, right? That's the promise that they give you, and believe it or not, believe in it or not, believe in how they go about their business or not.
Right.
It works.
It works. That's how I look at it. King, I know what you're saying. To the letter of the Lord, you're like, some of it is smokescreen. Some of these games don't come 4 or 5 years later. But at the end of the day, they've earned the cachet that when they do drop, those tend to be bangers. So people are going to have an extra set of loyalty to that hope. It's Microsoft's job now to convince them, look, this is what we got besides the core stuff that you know about. Here's this other stuff. And here's why we bought all these studios. This is what people are cooking up, right? To give that sense of hope to invest in the brand. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm with Addict in the sense, man, he needs Fable. We need Fable. I would love Fable. You know what I'm saying? It's a pillar franchise for them. They need to kind of get that going. I hear you, Addict.
If they don't show Fable, like, I'm automatically done. Like, the only way I'm okay with Fable not being shown is if Halo looks spectacular. Right. But I'm telling you, man. You guys, if they don't show Fable and you really want to see someone go off, right. Come to IOP now.
Come to Death Row. Yeah, he's stupid.
this silencing Addict that they've done this week, that ain't happening next week.
I know you about to go, and I hope you get it, man. I really do. You've been waiting a long time. And look, I keep it simple, man. Look, as I told King, like, Phil is outside. He's outside. This is the equivalent to, the way I look at it is, if someone's been bullied for a long time, right? And now every time you see, he can't wait to talk about them and what, how he's more confident about their show than their show. And he's been throwing out jabs. We paid attention. There's been subliminals in every little thing. This is a person, to me, when I look at them, that he's extremely confident. He's extremely excited about what he's going to show. So now the issue just comes down to execution, right? You've got to land the plane. You've talked it. You've got to land it. I think it's going to be, I think they've learned a lot from the mistakes. And I think now next gen is going to be super competitive. I think they're ready. I think they're going to deliver. I honestly do. I mean, I don't see this level of talking. You know what I'm saying?
Someone said in the comment section, if Addict sees no Fable, he'll get so worked up he'll shave his beard.
Listen, man, that's just what I got, man. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm tuning in, on Thursday. We're tuning into the pre-show. The Lord's gonna be there. I can't wait, y'all. It's gonna be a fun one, man.
We definitely tune into the reaction. We're definitely gonna be reacting to the game, to the event.
All right, let's get out of here. It's a super long show, y'all. All right, so Paul, with the pressure of the Xbox Games Showcase approaching, which of these games do you feel should start with the opening presentation of the show? Choices are A.
I feel like you changed that in the middle of the whole podcast.
No, that was actually there. It was cooking. A. Fable. Prove it exists and it is reborn. B. Brand new IP. Prove Xbox Game Studio has been cooking up quality. C. Halo Infinite. Set the tone. Boot on the neck. And D. I don't care. It best not be Grounded or Sea of Thieves. So salute to the Lords, and it will go up on Twitter. Let's get a big shout out for the marathon. My boys, Lord TimDog, Lord Ainsley Bowden, and of course the insipid one, the Ghost, Young Gunner on this show. So let's get a shout out, man. Ainsley, where can the people find you? What you got going on, sir?
Oh man, yeah. So thanks, guys, man. It's always a blast coming on and chatting with you. So Season Gaming everywhere. You can find me on Porsche Power online on everywhere. Check out Season Gaming podcast every Saturday at noon. With Dan, who's been in the chat, and we have guests every week. Next week, really looking forward to it because we've got Cog and King right here.
Yes.
We are doing a post Xbox a dynamic duo show. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm looking forward to that. Would be King's first time on the Bigcast as well. It's been way too long, so really looking forward to that.
Definitely to that, brother.
Other than that, man, it's just check out Season Gaming. Really appreciate you having me on as always, and we'll get it.
Absolutely, and of course the insipid one himself, the Ghost. Where can the people find you? What you got going on, sir?
Real talk. If any of you are able to check out the Xbox expansion pass on all of your podcast services, please do so. You know the grind is real when you're making a content creator to a solo show.
Good show, Luke. Yes. Good show, Luke.
Fantastic.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, and I will tease dropping. It starts. I think I drop around 9 p.m. tonight or whatnot. If you want to know some behind the scenes, what went down with Mixer and its demise, you listen to tomorrow's XEP. There's some good info in that. Okay. I don't know if it's public info, so it could be something special. So check that out. I'm excited for that. And Insipid Ghost on all the Twitters and Twitch and all that stuff. But Xbox Expansion Pass, man, please check that out.
Please check it out, man. The guy, he runs a fantastic audio podcast. One of the best. The production values are second to none. Very quality, very informative. Please support the Ghost. Check them out. Like I said, of course, seasongaming.com. Those are our brothers. Great news, great pieces. You know what I mean? High quality. Of course, the TimDog, the OG. Lord Addict. What a show from you today. Can the 5 people find you besides making videos and doing all the other stuff you've been doing?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can find me at YouTube at Gaming Addict. I just put a video out about Halo, and you can also, find me cutting out these clippings of King running from that bend the knee segment, but that's besides the point. We definitely appreciate it. I apologize. I was late. My phone went dead, and I didn't hear the alarm go off. My brother,
because he had no knees.
I'm not gonna even comment, man, because you keep running from all the bend the knees that would take your knees.
For nothing, I got your knees right here, buddy.
I mean, you can say that all you want. Why don't you do a bend the knee on what they open it with? You like to be all these confidence until it comes something that the Addict might win that. Let's not do that. Like,
you already got
ain't gonna work, man. Ain't gonna work. Do a bend the knee or shut up. Do a bend the knee or shut up.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on, sir.
Addict. No, get your bars off though. Finish your where the people act and all this stuff.
Yeah, where you at with your knees?
see, you keep talking, King, but all I hear is running. That's all I hear is running.
I don't hear no running from you because you ain't got no knees.
Man. You can keep doing with the subliminal jokes. Bend the knee or stop.
All I hear is little peg
do
legs.
it, bend the knee or stop it.
There we go. So, any other new videos, sir, that we need to consider?
I'm going to be doing the Ghost of Tsushima review here soon. I'm whatever, man. I don't care. I don't care. Especially, I don't care. I will describe it however I want. If I want to call this game Ghost, I'm going to do it.
Focus, Addict. Focus.
But once again, I do appreciate everyone for coming through. There's like 400 people deep. I appreciate Tim, Ghost, all the guests for coming through. And I hope everyone has a good week.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Except for King.
Listen, anytime you say bad stuff to me, I beat your knees. Paul.
I mean, it's cool, man.
You can don't start them up again. Come on.
At the end of the day, when you keep running from every bend the knee segment, obviously, I ain't like that. Anyway. If I feel strong about my convictions, guess what, King? I do a bend that knee. You don't do that.
Lord Sovereign interrupted as always. How quick can people find you?
First off, big shout out to Ains, to Ghost, to TimDog for coming through and adding some levity to the. Shout out Slow-Mo. Where can you find me? You can find me on Twitter, LordSobILP. Once again,
you can't say Twitter like that. That's a
not,
trademark thing.
It's not trademark. No, sorry.
Continue.
I steal what I want to. I'm the Iron Bank. Thank you very much.
There you go. He controls the finances.
I steal what I like.
Yeah, at least you don't run for bend the knee civics though. So I give you that.
Lord.
Every time you talk, I'm just gonna do this.
It's cool. I'm not even watching
I'm
the cameras.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, good, because his IPS is high, Gib.
I'm getting spit on from both sides.
Yeah, he won't get your ball. Continue.
Yeah, but no doubt. First of all, big shout out to Blaze as well for that giveaway. That's fantastic. The Lords as well gave away some stuff. We gave away a God of War code a little bit early on.
Yes.
So congratulations whoever got that. And I'm gonna have one more for you guys.
Ooh.
We have another PlayStation open world game from this generation. You might know it. Named Horizon Zero Dawn, and that is going in the chat right now.
Boom. for staying and
Oh.
rocking with us.
Grab it.
Get that
Thank you so
Horizon.
much. Grab that. Go get that. Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out.
Mhm.
Thursday is gonna be fun. Thursday is going to be a fun day. As it turns out, I have to work that day, so then I have to, rather than call in early and make something up, I have to make something up on the fly.
Okay.
So that'll be happening. So some emergency will be going down.
Respect to the random sickness, no doubt. Lord King, where can the fine people find you? What you have going on, sir?
First, I would like to say to all our esteemed guests, from TimDog to Ainsley to the Ghost, thank you, brothers, for sitting here for this 4 hours. And Tim, you got out there lucky. You let the dogs out, and they hold the dogs loose. I gotta go.
You know about us.
First, I would like for you to go to lordsofgaming.net. Right now, I noticed that Dunk Lords is up. We have a great interview that we did while we was at PAX. It's a fantastic game. If you have Xbox Live, it's free right now. Free. Go play that. And you will understand why it's a great game. And I knew it was coming to Game Pass. If you look at the interview, he was talking about it, and he was talking about how they was gonna, do something, but he couldn't say stuff. So it's gonna go to, to this part, and then it'll make its way to Game Pass. Oh,
what's up?
Statue.
Yes.
Right there. You got Miles Morales. Your guys voted on him. He's gonna get out that box. I'm gonna unbox that. I got 4 videos coming this week. 4 videos chronicalizing my views and my takes and what I seen going so far, leading us up to the 23rd, all the way up to the date. So it's actually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to drop them on Twitter, and then I'll probably I can't drop them on YouTube because it's going to be monetized. The music that I will be using will definitely be trademarked.
Like 7 days of Christmas leading in, like we getting like
I say Hanukkah. I like Hanukkah better, so I say Hanukkah because I like how the candles and stuff is beautiful for me. But that's what we're going to be leading up to, and we're going to be leading up to that day. Listen, guys, if any of you Xbox guys are told to keep your expectations in check, kick them in the chest. All right, don't, because these Sony dudes get happy when Mark Cerny says, "Send me your ears." So I want you guys to stand up. I want you guys to shout. I want you guys to be proud, because you don't know how close to the brink you was before Phil Dominus Maximus, soon to be Aurelius Spencer,
that is true, stepped
in, and I think they gave him a job to fail. I think he's that guy that you was like, okay, y'all playing the game, and he was the rookie dude that was inside the back. He always been with the team, but he's the rookie dude that been in the back, and everybody else like bailed on the team, and he was like, "I'll take it, boss." And he was like, "Yeah, man, just send him out there against all odds, and he's gonna die off." And he don't die. He did not die. He actually succeeded. He actually landed in Pachinki. I'm gonna keep saying this scenario, and because I love when he got PUBG. And I think that was the part of this. That was the start of the coup for me. He landed in Pachinki with a butter knife, and your man right now is about to close in on that winner chicken dinner. He's right there, and it's just him. And it's that PlayStation that's right above, right there. They both battling. The circle is small, and I got faith in my dude.
Get close to the finish line. Thursday, people will be checking for you. There's no question.
Oh man, listen, I'm ready for every last drop of that smoke.
I know.
I notice when they have a show, I get ads. I notice when they talk about a game or when Microsoft cuts off some jobs, I get ads. Y'all don't at me any other time, and I'm up 24 hours a day regularly smoking you dudes. So you can find me on Twitter at King David OTW with the full gauge smoking.
Yes, we know.
With 3 memes.
Shout out to your 3 memes. No doubt. Real quick, Stitch $69 $2 wear addict uniform, man. Okay, it's coming. Shout out to Jonathan B. Excellent intro, Lords. Now let's start the show. I'm done with you. You're stupid.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Shade on the show. Addict said that King is the Floyd Mayweather of betting. Look, man, great show, guys. Look, you know, again.
We got Regulator as well.
We got Regulator.
We got a fantastic show. You Lords give it 100% every show.
Okay, cool. So, look, man, fantastic show. Again, thanks for rocking with us, Super Law, but we had to get these bars off. Tune in Thursday. We will do the live reactions. Check us out. Saturday, check us all Big King over there with our brother Ainsley, Little Caesars Game and Iron Lord. Connect, you know what I'm saying? And then Sunday, we got a special treat. We'll be a recap show. And Addict, we got the Xbox 2 coming in for the aftermath. So stay tuned for that. That should be fun. Again, salute my brother, InsipidGhost, Xbox Expansion Pass. Fantastic. Tazuichi, we're going to get you before we get out. Please get that. Soft.
Sup, Lords and Guest King. Only one more box until Hulk is complete. Can't wait.
Yo, everybody, enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for rocking with us. Peace.
Hi, I'm Lord King David of Iron Lords Podcast. And we're bringing to you an exciting new giveaway. This giveaway is like none other. We'll be giving away an Xbox Series X. That's right, you heard me right. The brand new console launching from Microsoft this year. Well, this is how you're able to be part of that giveaway. There's 2 ways to get your name thrown in the hat for the raffle. 1, become a member of the realm. That's hit that join button, hit that join button. You hit that join button down at the bottom and you can become a member. And also, another way is by becoming a Patreon member. So you can be part of the realm as well. Now, this is brought to you by Cat Daddy Fat Stacks, a member and Lord of the Realm, a very generous person that's in our community. And this community is beautiful. So remember, you can have 1 entry by hitting that join button and becoming a member of the realm. And also, you can have another entry by being a Patreon. Now, you said, King, what if I'm a member of both? Well, your name gets thrown in the hat 2 times. So please, like, follow, and subscribe. Join, or become a Patreon member, or become both. And your name is in the hat to get that Xbox Series X. That's the Who Did That For You sweepstakes. This is wonderful. This is something that I'm sure that you will enjoy. Oh man,